and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Today's November 18th. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. I'm Zach Capper. We have reviews for people who have court orders to comply with to review your progress. So, bailiff's going to call your name. Come up when your name is called. Come up to the table to your right and stand there. I'll go to the charge and review your file with you. If you don't get called and you think you should have, go check in with the clerk to make sure they know you're here today. Call the reviews, please.
James G. Adams, Lashia Arn, Casey Barker, Jamie Bias, Joseph Coldiron, Joseph A. Easter, Holly Elkins.
James Adams, 24-130. James Adams. James Adams is called, has not appeared. The warrant issued for failure to appear. Lashia Arn. Lashia Arn. Okay, she's done all her community service and paid off her fine. So the only issue would be the driver intervention burden. Let's see if that's done. I don't show that she did that.
It's not in this one.
I did it over the weekend.
Oh, well, I didn't even know you were here. You're Lashia Arn?
Yeah,
Okay, and you've done the 3-day school
yeah,
this past weekend?
yeah.
Where'd you do that?
In Portsmouth at the Holiday Inn.
Okay, do you have a report from them today?
I have a card that shows it.
Okay, let's see that. Okay, we'll get a report. That's not really sufficient, but it tends to show that you did what you said. So check in with Mr. Major about getting a report. I'm going to go ahead provisionally and give you a date for another review hearing, but it doesn't look like you'll have to come back because I think you're finished. I'm going to set it out in January though, just to make sure. So check in with him and then just check back to make sure we get a report. They should file a report saying you successfully completed in more detail than just a little card.
Okay.
So I'll set it for January the 17th. If for some reason we don't have a report showing you successfully completed, you got to come back then. If it gets filed before then, you don't have to show up because that's all you got left to do.
Okay.
Go check in with Mr. Major though before you leave. Casey Barker is here.
Now, approach, Your Honor.
Yes. He's with RS. Thank you. 11-349, 12-29-15, 11-849, 21-614. Well, it says here you just began service. You've been there since.
Your Honor, he was moved to inpatient treatment through common police court.
Okay. He just started inpatient.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll work with that then. And that's going to be several months, I'm assuming?
Yes.
And you're reporting to common police also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go ahead and put him into January then too, because I don't need to follow him if common police is going to follow him also as much. So January 24th will be his next hearing here. 25, January 24th of next year, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jamie Bias. 20-151, 20-46.
Your Honor, if I may, she did come and talk to us this morning about getting an approval to do community service in Kentucky where she's living. We researched, I don't remember the name of the place that it was, but we researched it. It is someplace that I believe will approve.
Okay.
So she said she'd have a community service done by the next time she came in.
Thank you.
All right, what about fines? Have you got anything on your fine today?
I've made like a $50 payment. I don't have any cash with me today. I know on the 1st I'll be able to make a payment. I was also going to see, I'm going to be living in Richmond, Kentucky for a while. I know I've had to come back here once a month since this has happened, and I'm hoping, I don't know if there's anything that I can do to maybe come back every couple months or something. It's going to be kind of it's a 2-hour drive, so
If you'll
it's,
start doing something on your case.
right.
I'll
Well,
let you appear by teleconference, but I mean, this case is,
a couple months old, I believe.
yeah, so
Well, like I said, if
you
I'm,
can get the login information and appear by teleconference.
Okay.
But you gotta, I want to see some community service
Sure.
submitted before, I'm not gonna let you not appear and not do anything. So if you're doing stuff toward your case, then you can appear by teleconference.
right, that's why I found
Okay.
this nonprofit, yep.
You can get the login information from Mr. Major in the
Okay.
probation office.
Great.
I assume you got access to a smartphone
I do.
or a laptop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you getting treatment anywhere now?
No, Your Honor, I've been out of treatment for months. It's been years ago now that I completed treatment. I'm actually hoping to start
Well,
using.
you did get sentenced on this until recently, but it's an old case and you were out of pocket for quite a while, right? And then you were gone for a while.
Yeah, like I didn't show you, right. But no, I'm not in any kind of treatment. I'm hoping to start using my CDCA in Richmond is what I'm hoping for this job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just to confirm, I want you to do a urine screen today.
Okay, sure,
And if that's
yeah.
clean, then we'll just go ahead and set the
Okay, great, yeah.
return date. So go
Okay.
do a urine screen.
All right. Okay.
Joseph Coldiron. Mr. Coldiron is here. All right, so what have you been doing on your case?
Sir, I'm not trying to give you any excuses. I can provide the court with any kind of documentation that you need. I struggled to get here today. Since that court date, and I got charged, I ended up losing my $6-figure-a-year job because I was the general manager and I had to drive. His insurance wouldn't allow him to cover me. A month after that, my son was sick for 3 weeks. Ended up finding out he was in DKA. He was a diabetic we didn't even know about. He spent a week in the hospital. Because I lost that, I lost my insurance. Probably about a month after that, my wife is an RN. She ended up losing her job. She got diagnosed with lupus and fibromyalgia. She was in the bed, so we had no insurance. All of our savings got taken away. We lost our house. Vehicle got repossessed. That's the first time in my life I've been without a job. Recently just got hired by my buddy who started a business last week. He was going to provide me with a vehicle to be able to get back and forth to things. It's been a struggle to even get her to Charleston to the specialist to try to seek treatment. No disrespect to the court, not that I'm not taking it serious. I'll be able to make a payment on the fines on Friday. Getting that 3-day class, that's going to be a little bit of a reach, getting that done quickly because of the, I don't think they allow you to make payments on, I think it was like $800, and then being able to stay there for 3 days. Like I said, I'm not a man of excuses. I can provide you with any proof of everything I've said. I'm just asking for your grace today to, you know, allow me to make that payment on Friday and whatever else I need to do. The same thing with the community service. I had no way to get over here. Like I said, he's gonna help me with the vehicle stuff. I've never been without money, never been broke in my life, so.
Well, one of the reasons May got fired, I think you were driving a company vehicle at the time this
I
happened.
was. Yes, sir.
I'm looking at the report.
Yes.
So they probably frowned on that.
Well, I mean, he let me keep the job, and he said as long as the insurance would, you know, allow him to let me still drive a vehicle, then I could keep the job, but it didn't allow me. And as a general manager of a multi-million-dollar company, it wasn't, you know.
I can see that. 17 breath test score, and you're on the job. That's not good. Well, you know, I'm sorry for all the other stuff that's going on in your life, but, you know, actions have consequences, and you're gonna have to, you know, I've gotta enforce this, or I gotta put you in jail. You gotta suspend the jail sentence. And if you don't do this, then you're gonna have to go to jail.
I understand that, and like I
So
said,
you gotta get this community service done, you gotta get the dip school done. And, you know, you had an OVI, which is a really serious thing, and all you've done so far is pay $50.
yes. And,
That's
like I said, on Friday, I can,
No more excuses. I don't care, not that I don't care, but it doesn't have any effect on your obligations. You have to do this or you have to go to jail. Is that clear?
yes, sir.
And I don't want you to go to jail. I'd rather you do this other stuff. But you can't come in here with excuses and say, I can't do it because of X, Y, and Z. I'm just gonna have to say, okay, go to jail. So I'll give you another 6 weeks, and I wanna see some performance in this next 6 weeks. I don't want any excuses. It doesn't matter.
In that 6 weeks, sir, does the class have to be finished too?
Well, no, I just particularly want to see some community
Perfect.
service and effort toward your fines.
Yes, sir.
And you can work your fines off too, once you get your community service done. If you can't pay, we'll let you do extra community service toward your fine.
Okay.
So I'm going to set it for January the 6th. So my note that I'm making to myself is jail with no effort. So show me some effort when you come back January the 6th,
What time, 9, sir?
9 a.m. Okay, Joseph Easter, 24,300. Yeah, you're free to go. Joseph Easter.
I know, I'm sorry.
This is on him. Okay. This is on a theft offense.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
All right, Mr. Easter. What efforts have you made on your offense?
I haven't had to make any of it yet, because back in June, I tore my meniscus, fractured my femur, and had to do that and all kinds of physical therapy, and I just now got back to work last week to be cleared to go to work, back to work.
Where are you working?
I'm working at Classic Construction.
Okay. The same speech I gave to the last gentleman applies to you, so I'll give you the same time frame. January 6th, don't come in here empty-handed on January the 6th, or you're going to go to jail.
Okay.
Do something on your case. Between now and then. 9 o'clock, January 6th. Holly Elkins. 24,387, 23,342, 04,179.
Your Honor, if I may, I don't know if it reflects she was here for community service staff day. I don't know if it's showing the folder or not.
Yeah, it says 12 hours since the last hearing. So she has made an effort on her case since the last hearing. Okay, you got a really old case. I'm going to set it sooner than the previous people. December 23rd will be your next hearing.
Okay, thank you.
9 o'clock. Your name, sir?
James Adams.
Adams? Okay. $24,130. Okay, disorderly conduct charge. And you owe community service and fines, and the only thing you've done is pay $40.
I didn't think I had any community service. I
Well,
bet I got the rest of the money in my pocket for $25.
yeah, you got community service at 30 hours. It's in the
Oh, okay, I
judgment.
didn't know about that.
I'm sorry,
I didn't know about that.
it's in the judgment entry.
But I got 260 in my pocket. I gotta go pick up the rest of it. I got my
Okay, you're gonna
stuff.
pay that today?
Yeah. I tried to pay it this morning, but they said I had to pay it after court.
So you're gonna pay it off?
Yeah, well, I got 260 in my pocket. I'm gonna get the other 25.
Okay.
I didn't know about the community service though at all. But I'll get it
Work any
done.
day but Sundays here at the court, 7:30.
Can I do it at the dog pounder somewhere or no? I can't do it at the dog pounder nowhere like that.
It'll have to be approved, Your Honor.
Where do you live?
Soda County,
What county?
Soda, Portsmouth.
Outside, okay.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I
we
believe
can-
I talked to him, and I told him he could do it at Portsmouth Municipal Court.
Yeah, you can do it at Portsmouth. They have a community service program at Portsmouth Municipal. You can go there, tell them to report the hours to us, and we'll accept it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm putting down you're gonna pay at least $265 today.
Yeah, but I can run and get the other 25.
Okay, if you get your community service, this is your first review, so I'm gonna give you more time than the others. If you get this done before your next hearing, you don't have to come back.
Okay, I would've had it done, but I really didn't know about the community service.
I'll set it for January 17th. You get it finished before then, you don't have to be here.
Okay,
Pay off your fine and community service, you're done.
okay.
Okay? You understand what you need to do?
Yeah, fine, community service.
Bring in your payment to the clerk's office, which is...
Okay, can I go pay it right now? They said I had to wait till after court, can I pay it now?
Well, as soon as the file gets out there,
Okay,
there may be a little bit of a wait, but it won't be very long.
okay, all right, thanks.
You can run and get the other, if you want to go to an ATM and get the others.
I'll have to go to enforcement to get it, I ain't got a card on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was 265 is what I thought it
You
was.
can pay it online, actually, you don't have to come back.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you got access to the computer, you can pay it online.
Yeah, can I right now?
If you just write down the name of the court, you Google that, it's gonna come up, we've got a website, you go on there, any of you folks, there's a website for this court, go to it, put your name in, your case comes up, you can pay your fine, you can check and see, when am I supposed to be back in court? The people tell me, I forgot when I'm supposed to come back to court, there's no excuses. And we actually have phones here too, you can call the court and ask the clerk. They love it when you call, don't they love it when you call and say, I forgot when I'm supposed to be back in court, and they will tell you. But you can look it up yourself, you don't even have to bother them. Pull up the website, look at it, okay, and you can pay online
Yeah, I didn't
on
know
the
that.
website,
Okay.
okay? Now you know,
All right, thanks.
you're welcome.
State of law recalls Jamie Bias for review.
Okay, it's a good screen. Good. So So we'll just set a review hearing, and you've got the login information, or you can get
I
it.
do, on the website, correct? That you were just talking about?
You'll have to speak with Mr. Major and the clerk, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't think the login information is on the website.
You can go to the website, and this is, I don't know if people don't know this, the YouTube link is on the website, so you can go and watch court anytime you want to if you're really bored at home. And believe it or not, we have people that watch it all the time.
They'll probably be
But
back
if
for
you
it.
want to appear by teleconference, you got to get a link, because it's different than the YouTube site. You can't.
Okay, sure.
The people that are watching on YouTube can't get on here and comment and appear. But if you get a link, you can appear by teleconference. Okay? So
All right.
get that from Mr. Major.
I sure will.
And I'll set your next hearing for December 23rd. Because yours is a really old case.
All right, thank you.
9 a.m., December 23rd.
Okay.
Edward Ferris, Amanda Heighton, Jeremy Kearns, Kristen McAllister, Jonathan Register, Randy Woods, Jeanette Boyd.
Okay, Edward Ferris, 24-537. He's at the counseling center.
Let me get one of these too.
Okay, sounds like there's some progress, but things that are still being worked on, too.
That's correct, Your Honor. He's doing, overall, he's doing really well.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, he had an ankle monitor, and I was gonna look at that today. I don't know if, under these circumstances, it should come off or not. What do you think?
I think it's worth a shot.
Okay. So, I'm gonna take the ankle monitor off. If you run, then I'm gonna issue a warrant for you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So, one thing that I see in here, and I'll just say this, and this, you know, I've got grandsons that are almost as old as you, and I say to my son, and he agrees with this, you are who you hang out with. Look at your friends. You gotta be independent from your friends. You gotta make your own decisions. Don't let other people make decisions for you because I wanna be cool, or I want to hang out, or I want to just go along. That is the gateway to hell. Especially if you're hanging out with the wrong people, they'll drag you down.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm not picking on you in particular. That's true for everybody. That's just a universal thing. Find good people to hang out with and follow them.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Just a little word of advice from an old guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Let's see you back on December 23rd. And see Mr. Major get your GPS monitor taken off.
Thank you, Your Honor. Come on, I got you.
Amanda Hyden. 13/27/91, 15/37/74, 15/3/10. Okay, you did already make a payment this month, right?
I made one early this morning online.
Okay. December 23rd is your next hearing,
Thank you.
9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jeremy Kearns. Okay. Jeremy's right in there with my past comments. Looks like it's even on his report. Something about that, so. But looks like things are going well at this point.
Thank you.
Okay. December 23rd, be your next hearing.
Thank you.
9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Kristen McAllister. Says at Southern Hope.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you finished your outpatient program?
She finished the inpatient. She's
Inpatient.
moved to outpatient, got her own house.
Outpatient now. Intensive outpatient, I think it says here.
Yeah,
Okay, so now she can start some community service?
definitely.
Got
We
some
talked
left.
about that this morning.
Okay, very good. All right, Mr. Cooper's going to make a copy of your certificate, put it in the file. I'll set December 23rd as your next hearing. Congratulations, you're making good progress.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. Jonathan Register, 24-159. Jonathan Register has not appeared today, and he had filed a report where he was getting some treatment, but he's not here today, and he hasn't done anything else he was ordered to do, so there'll be a warrant issued. Failure to appear. Brandy Woods, 24-301-06-222. Okay, you've got community service and fines to pay. On your old case, you just have fines to pay. So, how are you gonna take care of it?
I'll get it taken care of. Is there any way I can do community service over in Huntington?
No.
I don't drive. I don't drive.
Where do you live in Huntington?
Over on 26th Street and 11th Avenue.
Okay, you're in the east end.
But my fiance was just in here earlier and he has to do community service too, so I could ride with him if we do it on the same day. I know from 7:30 to 8 you gotta be here, correct? I called and
Yeah.
talked to a guy.
Well, you can probably catch a bus to the 6th Street Bridge, I would think.
From Huntington?
Yeah,
Okay. I didn't know that.
TTA, Tri-State Transit Authority, they might even come over here, I'm not sure, are they?
Maybe they used to. I remember that.
Okay.
If I could just get a couple more months, I'll have everything done. I've had a few issues with my daughter and had to go to Cincinnati and come back from the hospital, but she's doing really good now. We had to see an endocrinologist up there.
Well, you were also ordered to get assessment and treatment.
I did.
Where'd you go?
Over there on 20th Street in Huntington. They're usually out here, but I didn't see the lady here today. H something, it's 3 letters. That's it.
Okay,
I did.
Well, I want you to do a screen. I mean, I'm not the one that sentenced you, but I wasn't here that day apparently, and you did a screen, so we need to do another screen.
It was by prescription. I have
You don't have a prescription for methamphetamine.
it's Adderall, amphetamine salts.
Go do a screen.
This is my psychiatrist's number.
Go do a screen.
Okay.
Jeanette Boyd, 2482. And community service is done. And what you turned in some community service, but we can't give you credit toward restitution. Restitution is a payment that goes to somebody else for damages, so you gotta pay money on that. Can you pay anything on it today?
Yes, Your Honor, I already paid this morning before.
Oh, I see, $50 you did pay. Okay, good. All right, well, we gotta get that part paid off. That doesn't Normally, we let people work their fines and court costs off, but you can't work off restitution because it goes to a third party, it doesn't come to the court.
Yeah.
Your Honor, if I may, she did do extra community service, and I advised her the last time that she turned it in that I could not accept it because it was toward restitution.
You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor. I owe $200. I'm planning on making $50 payments each, that way I can just knock it out.
Okay, December 23rd is your next hearing.
Thank
9
you.
a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, that finishes the reviews. We're going to start the arraignments now. So arraignment is the legal term for the first appearance on a criminal case. So anybody out in the hall that's got your first appearance, or if you missed a hearing and you got a warrant and you want to get the warrant withdrawn, you need to come in the courtroom now. The bailiff will call your name. Again, if you don't get called, you think you should have, go check in with the clerk. Because if you missed a hearing before, we wouldn't know you were here today. You're not on the docket today, unless you go tell the clerk you're here. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose, though, to make statements, whatever you say is on the record, it can be used against you. So if you get up and admit something, that's a big deal in the law. When you admit it, it's proven. So less said, the better. And this is not the trial. So if you get up and tell me you don't want to tell, because people want to tell me the whole story at the first hearing. That's not the trial. Save it for the trial and talk to a lawyer about it. You have a right to have a lawyer and to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. So if you enter a guilty plea or a no contest plea, you're waiving those rights I just told you about. So don't do that if you don't understand what's happening, if you're confused, if you don't know what to do, if you want a trial, or if you want a lawyer. Any of those reasons, you should enter a not guilty plea, not a guilty or no contest plea. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Jamie Taylor, case number CRB 24665.
Ma'am, are you Jamie Taylor?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Taylor, have you received a copy of the charge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's an assault charge. It alleges that at Mason Township, on October the 3rd, 2024, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Melissa Renee Clay. So that's an assault charge. The maximum penalty for that is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Excuse me, do you understand the charge against you?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights you have that I just explained?
Yes, sir, I do.
Any questions before you enter a plea?
No, sir.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, sir.
You have no income?
No, sir.
I'll appoint Mr. Steyer. I'm entering a not guilty plea for Ms. Taylor. We need a prosecutor to come in about bond and protection orders if they want. Such a thing.
Yes, sir.
Please turn off your phone. Mr. Heald, this is Jamie Taylor on an assault charge. Is there a protection order requested?
Yes.
Any input on bond? She was served with summons and appeared on her own.
We're not opposed to an OR bond. We'll get a protection order prepared immediately.
We're agreeing to an OR bond, Your Honor.
All right, any problem with you staying away from Melissa Clay?
No, sir, not at all.
Okay, so I'm ordering that happen, just so there'll be no allegation if there's other problems. She can sign a $1,500 signature bond, protection order, stay away from Melissa Clay, and that also means don't post anything about her either on social media.
No, sir.
Just wait. Oh, Mr. Steyer, I'm sorry. We need to get a date back, Your Honor.
Yes.
Um,
So I'm looking at probably, we could do in December, the 6th, 9th, and 16th are all pretty good.
16th, Your Honor, I'm not here the 6th or 9th.
16th, okay. December 16 will be the next hearing.
It's probably
Pre-trial.
part of why the 6th and 9th are good days.
Yeah. December 16th, 10 o'clock for a pre-trial.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sign here and here. Just wait for me to log. I'll be out there in about 2 or 3 minutes, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Barry Joe II, case number TRD 183540.
Okay, Mr. Joe is here. Mr. Steyer, this is your case.
Yes, Mr. Joe missed court on Friday. We were able to get a hold of him through Mr. Sowards and got him in here today. This is a driving under suspension. It's got some age on it. Mr. Joe's been working on getting his license back. Have you made any progress?
I've got half of one of the payments for,
Well, how much do you owe still?
like, about $1,400.
Okay, he's about $1,400 away from having it paid off.
Well, we probably just need to go down. I mean, this case is, 2018
Yeah.
case, so I either need to set, I don't think there's been a plea entered. You either need to set it for a trial or...
There hasn't, Your Honor. The big issue we have, and I recognize that this is, is what it is. There was no proof of financial responsibility shown, so a plea on this is going to throw an additional suspension onto him, which if he was going to be able to get his license back, we would have wanted to avoid, but it's been 6 years now, he hasn't got his license back, so I guess that may not be a realistic goal at this point.
Well, how do you want to proceed? Do you want to set it for a trial or do you want to...
Well, I understand that, but you've had 6 years. Your Honor, he's indicating that because of his job, it's very important to him that he gets his license back. I don't know if the court would indulge us with one more continuance.
Let's just set it for trial. I don't know, the trooper may be dead by now.
Well, that's a possibility as well.
I mean, I don't know if it's
I don't even know who-
alone, I don't know if that's somebody they can even produce as a witness.
Just a second. Well, I think maybe just go ahead and set it for trial. That gives him a little bit more time, and if nothing else,
I'll go a month out
we can
for
see
that.
where things go. A month from now, well, that December 16th date's also,
How about the 23rd? Nothing like a Christmas trial.
23rd will be fine as well, so write that down, December 23rd.
Thank you.
I'll set it December 23rd. The clerks love that too. They
Try to
like
be
trial
here.
on Christmas.
As close to noon.
December 23rd at noon for a trial.
10 o'clock.
It's set for 10, it's gonna be set for noon, but try to be here at 10.
Let's put 10 o'clock on there.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, sorry I missed Friday, I apologize.
Mr. Sauer is the one that'll be after you, so you know.
Yeah, he called me and I was like, he said, where you at? And I said, man, I'm at work right now. I said, I thought it was the 22nd. I had it marked on the calendar the 22nd. He was like, no, it's right now. You're supposed to be. I was like, oh my God, man.
All right,
I apologize.
thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Brandy Woods, case number CRB 24301. Brandy Woods.
Randy Woods.
She's coming.
Can we have them get out of her case?
Well, I think there's stuff we still,
Here's the place that I wouldn't have that valuation done at.
well, I don't have a report from them.
I was just
And
on the
you're
phone
still
with them out there
testifying.
trying to ask them for the date.
You're still testing positive for alcohol, THC, buprenorphine, and amphetamine.
It's Adderall. It's by prescription. I take it. It's a extended release tablet or capsule. I've been on it forever. My psychiatrist is over at Marshall Psychiatry. His name's Dr. Jafari. If you want the information, you're welcome to call him.
I would accept a report from Marshall Health. I mean, we deal with them all the time, so.
Well, I mean, I can get whatever you need me to.
What I want you to do is go, and if you're seeing somebody.
Yeah, I go every 2-3 months. I'm
Well,
sorry,
let
I
me talk.
apologize.
You
I'm
listen.
sorry.
I need a report. Here's my concern. I mean, you got a test. You know, when you first came in here, you took a test that showed you were positive for methamphetamine.
It was Adderall as well.
What'd I say? Be quiet.
I'm sorry, I'm
Listen.
sorry.
Methamphetamine is very rampant in our community, and it's a bad drug.
I know.
It causes really bad effects over time. So I don't want you doing that. Now, this time you're not showing positive for methamphetamine, but still alcohol, THC, even if you got a prescription that, I don't
It's
think
very
you're supposed
minimal.
to take buprenorphine with some sort of amphetamine. So anyway, you talk to your doctor, tell them what's going on.
Yes, sir.
And have them write a report,
Okay.
because I want to make sure any issues, and you got to be honest with them about what happened. And you still have, I mean, you were shoplifting, you've got community service to do, fines to pay.
Yep.
And you still got your old case you haven't, from way
I-
back in 2006.
I thought it had been taken care of. Evidently, there was 2 charges, and I thought there was only 1, and I did 1, and I don't know what happened.
Okay,
I apologize.
I'll set your next hearing for December 27th, so that's the Friday after Christmas.
Okay.
So that's going to be reviews at 9 o'clock, December 27th. Bring me a report
Okay.
from Marshall Health and say that's where you're getting treated.
Yes, sir. And like I said, I was on the phone with this right here, like this group. They're down there on 9th Avenue and 20th Street in Huntington. That's where I went and had the evaluation done.
Well, I prefer it from Marshall Health. They're legit. Some of these,
Well, I was just saying where they
some
sent
of these
me,
places that are handing out Suboxone or methadone are not legit.
they just sent me, there was a lady out here when I had my last case, and he told me to go down there to them and have it done. I told him I see a psychiatrist and a psychologist.
Let's get
So-
something from Marshall Health.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Sean Owens, case number TRD 171710, A and B.
Okay, this is set for Friday. You got a bond up, right? So Mr. Sauer's got after you.
Yeah, I talked to him, since I lost my license, it's just been hard to get up here. But my stepdad's gonna bring
You paid
me.
your fine off, you just have to get your community service done,
Yeah.
okay? When can you get that done?
Can you give me another month at least?
Okay? Give me a day when you're gonna be out here.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, correct?
That's fine.
Okay,
Tomorrow.
7:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
Mr. Cooper will be looking for you.
All right.
Set your next hearing for December 23rd. It'll be sentencing at 10 o'clock, and I'm going to text Mr. Sowers right now, let him know you're here, otherwise he'd be breathing down your neck.
I talked to him earlier on the phone, told him
Yeah,
I
he
said.
doesn't, but he's like me, he doesn't believe what everybody tells him either, so. People lie. People say they're gonna do things and they don't, so he needs to hear from me that he showed up, or he might snatch you and put you in the trunk and take you to jail.
Okay. What time did you say that court date was?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Barry Joe also, I needed that. Barry Joe was also on with him, so, and he showed up. So cancel, I'd set bond forfeiture hearings on both those, so those will be canceled. I've texted Mr. Sowers to let him know.
State of Ohio versus Marion Holland, case number CRB 23632. It's Mr. Morford's case.
See here. need Mr. Morford in the courtroom. It looks like the costs have been paid.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My notes were this was a case that was going to be dismissed if the court costs got paid, and I'm showing they were paid today.
Yes, sir.
State's still willing to dismiss?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Pretty good at you.
Unless you want to argue against it, Mr. Morford, I'm going to dismiss it.
Judge, you've taught me when to be solemn.
Okay. Case dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Sean Allen Miller, case number CRB 24739. Sean Allen Miller.
Sean Allen Miller, 24739. This is for arraignment, it looks like. Sean Allen Miller? Okay. Been called for, was cited to be in court today at 9 a.m. Has failed to appear, so there'll be a warrant issued. Failure to appear.
State of Ohio versus Jacob Thompson, case number CRB 24740. Jacob Thompson.
Yes, sir.
All right, and you're Jacob M. Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Thompson, it's alleged that at Union Township on November the 15th of this year, the only cause for private causes are to Madison French, who's a family or household member of yours. That's a domestic violence charge. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000.
Madison?
You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
You
Not guilty.
want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Are you working?
I just started a part-time job and I get sent home most of the time, so
Where do you work?
UPS.
How many hours a week?
I just started 2 weeks ago, but last week I got like 10 or 12, so.
All right, Mr. Smith, Roger Smith, I'll appoint you. Will you represent Mr. Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Is there a protection order requested?
Yes, Your Honor, unless, is Madison French here?
She's right behind you.
Do you want protection? So she's asking that there be no protection order.
No protection order at the request of the complaining party, and then we're looking at dates for pre-trials to come back. I could do the 6th, the 9th, the 16th.
The 6th or 16th, Judge, whichever's better for the court.
Let's do the 6th. December 6th will be the next hearing, it'll be a pre-trial, 10 o'clock, and there is a bond up, it looks like, so the bond is continued as posted.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Y'all ready to go to Orange County Judge?
Okay, we've got some hearings at the jail, we're gonna do by teleconference now.
You're free to go. I'll give you a call.
State of Ohio versus Joe D. Bowles, the second, case number CRA 24738.
Sir, are you Joe Bowles? Yes, sir. Can you hear me okay, Mr. Bowles?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper. This is your, what's called arraignment hearing. The purpose of this is to advise you what the charges are. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You do make statements. It's on the record. What you say is being recorded. And your image, actually, you're appearing in court on a monitor. And it's all being recorded, what you say. This is over, well, I didn't finish the thought on your rights. You have a right to remain silent, you don't have to say anything, you have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed, to have bail, and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those things?
Yes, sir.
It's alleged that there's a warrant for you for a probation violation out of Pike County, and that's in Waverly, is where the court's located, Waverly, Ohio. You have a right to what's called a Rule 4 hearing under Ohio law. That's a hearing whenever you have a warrant in a county that doesn't touch the county where you are found. So Pike County does not touch Lawrence County, so you have a right to make sure we're not sending you someplace where you don't really legally are required to go to. But that's going to be the only issue before the court. Is there a good reason to send you to Pike County? No, I'm not going to decide whether you did or didn't violate your probation there. So you have a right to have an attorney here to represent you on the issues in the Rule 4. You can waive a Rule 4 hearing, and that means you're not agreeing that you violated your probation. You're just agreeing that you should go to Pike County to resolve this. Do you want to have a hearing here in Lawrence County about the warrant and have an attorney appointed to represent? You want to wait and go to Pike County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to send down a waiver for you to sign. Let me look at what they... Okay, they don't want me to post the bond, but I'm going to. It's a first degree misdemeanor, so I think you're entitled to a bond on that. I will set a $3,000 bond, and if you can post that, I'll let you go turn yourself in Pike County. Can you post a $3,000 bond?
So bail bond, that'd be $300, right?
Right, that's my understanding. I'm not a bail bondsman, but I've been around a little bit, and I think they usually charge 10%.
Yes, sir, most likely, yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, you want to talk to Mr. Sowers, who's the one who does most of the bonds here. You don't have to use him, but he does 95% of the bonds here.
Yeah, probably all good, sir.
Okay, what I'm going to do, Mr. Beal, is
Well,
there other charges coming?
Yeah, we have some other, we're
okay.
waiting on a confirmation in order to file, but we have them prepared, so.
All right, well, we've jumped the gun a little bit, Mr. Bowles. Apparently, you got some charges on the way here, they're just not filed yet. So what I'm going to do, we'll wait on seeing what the charges are. There may be a bond set on that also. So I'll have you back when I get the local charges. I don't have them yet, so you'll be recalled once I do.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Charles Burks, case number CRB 24687, CRB 24686, and Kayla Harris is on deck.
This is Mr. Morford's case. There's a felony and a misdemeanor. It was my understanding that he might be going to Athens.
Yes, Judge. I thought that Shawnee Mental Health was going to do an evaluation on him, but based on things that come to...
That was my notes that they'd already done it. And,
okay, I haven't received a copy of that, but I intend to file a motion to test his competency to stand trial, Your Honor. If we could continue this for a week, allow me to do that.
My notes indicate that he was pink slip, but they didn't have room for him.
He's waiting on a bed.
Yes, so if Mr. Morford wants to change...
You want
the
to check
plea-
on that then? With that, you should get that information from the jail office.
Oh,
Your Honor,
okay.
Yeah.
if I may, sir, we just picked him back up from Athens past Thursday.
Oh, so has been there then?
Yes, he just arrived.
All right, so why don't we do this then? Probably you need to talk with Mr. Burks, Mr. Morford, and then we'll recall after that happens.
Okay,
You
thank
have
you,
your
Judge.
file with you today?
I do.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Burks, your lawyer's going to call down and talk to you. And then we'll have you back on teleconference after that happens.
State of Ohio versus Kayla Harris, case number CRB 21209 and CRB 211692. Sarah Isbell is on deck.
Okay, ma'am, are you Kayla Harris?
I am.
All right, Ms. Harris, I'm Judge Capper. This is an arraignment for failure to appear. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, it's on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney appointed and to make the state prove this charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. It's alleged you failed to appear for a review hearing on January 24th, 21, and that was on a conviction for aggravated menacing, and also
I
the,
don't remember receiving a court date for that, because I've been to court on it once. Because if I would have had another court date, I would have definitely came.
okay, I'll take that as a not guilty plea. And let's see, Mr. Steyer was your lawyer, so I'll reappoint him to represent you.
Okay.
He's here.
I heard my name, but I didn't hear who the client
Kayla
was.
Harris, and looks like she was also failure to appear on case number 21-1692, which is here with the court's file, was a driving without a license. She was cited in the court July 13th of 21, failed to appear at traffic court. There had been a warrant outstanding on that. Also.
Yeah, I was unaware about that as well.
So I'll give you the files, Mr. Steyer, let you talk with her, and then we'll have you back on teleconference after you talk to your lawyer, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Let the bailiff know when you're ready.
I'll do that.
State of Ohio versus Sarah Isbell, case number CRA 24741, CRB 24742, and Kane Langford is on deck.
Ma'am, are you Sarah Isbell?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Isbell, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. You're doing that obviously by teleconference. You're appearing in the courtroom today on a monitor, and your image and what you say is all being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, though, it's going down on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Your charges were faxed down to the jail about a half hour ago, so if you don't have them, they should be there somewhere in the jail waiting for you. You've got two charges. The most serious one is a felony, case number 24741, possession of a fentanyl-related compound. It's alleged that on November the 15th in Fayette Township, you knowingly were in possession of a controlled substance. That substance involved fentanyl-related compound. That's a felony of the 5th degree, maximum penalty, a year in jail, $2,500 fine. You're also charged with a theft offense. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's alleged on the same date and time you were trying to deprive Walmart of property without their consent. Maximum penalty for that, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the two charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights you have as a defendant?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You want to hire your own lawyer, or you want me to appoint one for you?
I have a court appointed.
Yes, if you qualify, and I think you probably want to. Do you have a job?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I work for a trucking company based out of Houston, Texas. It's called USA Chassis. I work online. I do the billing and payroll.
Okay. Well, that surprised me because they have you listed as homeless. What's your residence address?
Pikeville, Kentucky.
Your Honor, the two reports that came in had different information. On the theft charge, it has the Pikeville, Kentucky address.
Okay.
154th Street in Pikeville.
Is that your correct address?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have to determine your gross annual income, so what do you make working for this trucking company? How do you get paid?
$15 an hour.
How many hours a week?
Typically about 30, 35.
Okay, so you're part-time. You got any kids?
No, sir.
Okay, part-time at $15 an hour, you're still eligible for Court Appointed Counsel. I'll appoint Mr. Morford to represent you. He may be on the phone with one of the other prisoners now. Howard Smith is here. All right, Mr. Morford, I'm appointing you to represent Ms. Isbell, who's teleconference.
Okay.
She has a charge of felony possession of drugs, fentanyl-related compound, and a theft from Walmart charge. She has a home address of Pikeville, Kentucky. What's the state's position on bond for Ms. Isbell?
We would like to have Mr. Morford discuss maybe the possibility of being assessed for treatment. It's a Walmart theft and possession. And then if, we would probably be okay with an OR bond, but because of the circumstances and also because of the fact that Ms. Isbell lives in Pikeville, Kentucky, we want to make sure we know what's going to happen before we just let her out of jail.
Yeah, I'm not too, well, ARC would be the only one that I would know might be able to give services there. I don't know if I don't think there's anybody here from ARC today, but I know they have quite a few facilities. I don't know if they're in the Pikeville area. Have you
What
ever?
about OVP?
OVP has Pikeville?
I'm not sure if it's in Pikeville, but I know there is one in Kentucky.
Okay, is Ms. DeMint here today? I haven't seen her yet. Okay, there's some things to talk about. What's, sounds like, have you had treatment before, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Morford's your lawyer. He's going to call and talk to you. I'll have you back before me on teleconference after you have a conversation with your lawyer.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Kane Lampkin, case number CRB 24366. Russell Severance is on deck.
All right, sir, are you Kane Lampkin?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Lampkin, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court of Chesapeake. It's alleged that you failed to appear for a review hearing October 18th of 24 on a aggravated menacing conviction. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, they can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, have one appointed to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are your rights. How do you plead to the charge you failed to come to a review hearing October the 18th?
See, that's what I plead.
Yes, sir.
It was my fault. I pleaded because at the time, the enforcement and stuff, and my girl that one now, we just found out she's now pregnant with her first child, so there's kind of some mood swings going on and stuff. So it's completely my fault. There's no other reason why I shouldn't have been there. It slipped my mind, okay, I should have been there and stuff. It's completely my fault.
I'm looking at your judgment entry. It also said you were ordered to counseling at the counseling center.
Yeah, I went and signed up for outpatient treatment stuff while I was out and stuff like that. I was in Serene now with my brother for a minute, and I was trying trying to work on myself, I'm doing better every day.
Carmen, can you get a report on him?
Yeah, I'm going to, I believe, I'll double check, but I believe he came in services with us in ASA, but I'm gonna clarify that right now.
Okay, do you need identification information?
No, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we've got a person here from the counseling center. They're going to check and see what kind of report they're going to give, because I'm not showing you did anything, so.
I didn't start from the office thing, I signed up for it, and then I had to move out of my house I was in, and then I got with my girl I was with, and got to Serenity now, which is where my brother's at, which is in Willisburg, and I was in there with him for a little bit.
Okay, we'll get a report from the counseling center. I'll have you recalled when that happens.
State of Ohio versus Russell Severance, case number CRB 24543.
Let's recall it. All right, Mr. Severance, your lawyer's tied up, so we'll come back to you when he's free. Mr. Morford's not available right now, so we'll come back to you.
State of Ohio versus Donald
Yeah.
Sharp, case number CRB 14263. TRD 09650, CRA 08159, CRB 14178. Joseph Whaley's on deck.
All right, this is Donald, you're Donald Sharp.
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper. This is your arraignment. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. It's alleged that you missed the review hearing September 30th of this year on several cases. 14263 was a theft offense. 09650 was fictitious registration. 081591 was an attempted.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Well, not yet. Let me tell you what the charge was. Can you call up the 081591? The original charge. Oh, it was complicity to misuse a credit card, so that was amended to a misdemeanor. So attempted is what you were convicted of. All right, do you admit or deny you missed your hearings on October, I think it was September 3rd.
Yes, I admit that I was not able to come down because of health issues. I've been in and out of the hospital for the last 7-8 weeks due to cellulitis, sepsis, and congestive heart failure. I do know that I owe like $800 or $900 fines altogether to you. The H&R block has the anticipated one thing going now that I'll be able to fill out with the help of Dave and Sue. Evans, who are personally where I get a lifelong church at Portsmouth.
Do you live in Portsmouth now?
Yeah, I'm still in Portsmouth.
Well, at one time you were Chesapeake, weren't you? 309 2nd Avenue, Chesapeake?
That was a long time ago, Your Honor.
Okay.
I've been inside of the county for since 2018, 2019.
Well, this has happened before. I sentenced you September 3rd for failure to appear then, gave you the hearing September 30th, and then you didn't show up that day either. How long you been in jail? So I assume you got arrested inside of the county?
Yeah, the Portsmouth Police Department picked me up, and I told them I had a warrant, and went around my names and brought me down here so they could take care of this. I got a hold of like I said, David, Stu Evans, and he said if I need any rides back and forth down here, report or anything, once I got out on Monday, I took me to H&R Block to get my line, that they didn't want to pack it, and help get this taken care of, so it's all on that stuff. So,
Who is it that's gonna help you with that?
Dave and Sue Evans, they're gonna sure put me in life on church up to
Okay. Okay, so it looks like you've been in jail over the weekend.
Yes, sir.
Went in on Saturday. So you still want to take care of this, you don't want to lay it out in jail?
No, sir, I can get this taken care of this week. Financially taken care of this week.
All right, I'll find you in contempt for not coming to court before. Sent you to time served in jail. Give you a new reviewing date. I'll make it December 30th, so that's easy to remember for you. That's the last Monday in December is your next hearing at 9 a.m. This will be your only notice. You can always call the court. If you can't remember, call the court or check it online. We have a website. You can check when your next hearing date is, December 30th. Get it taken care of. Eventually, I will have to add it up into jail time and make you lay it out in jail. If you don't get it done.
I will get it taken care of, sir.
Okay, December 30th is your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
You are.
State of Ohio versus Joseph D. Whaley, case number CRB 23-521 A and B, CRB 23-419, CRB 17-170, CRB 17-133. Your Honor, this is on for review today.
Okay. Joseph Whaley is set for a review today, and he's in custody unrelated to this. So it's my understanding you've got something in common pleas you're being held on.
Yes, sir. I actually was just sitting for 3 years, so it's going to be a while before I get to come back.
Oh, you just got sentenced to 3 years?
Yes, sir. 36 months.
Okay. Well, we'll have the clerk, because these are all misdemeanor offenses, so if that's correct, have the clerk verify it, and then...
It is verified now.
Okay, that's verified. I'm going to conclude these by the jail time you're going to do in prison, so these will be wiped out.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else that I have as far as on my license here through your court?
Well, I don't know about your license. I mean, when people get convictions, we send it into the B&B, and then that goes on your record, and it's up to the B&B what happens with your license. I mean, I don't think we have any suspensions from the court.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, we have several cases to recall from jail, but I don't think we're ready for any of them yet.
Okay, we'll come back to the jail when we get some cases ready for recall. So we'll back to the hearings here at the court.
Start pre-trials. State of Ohio versus Lucas Friend, case number CRB 24-322 AD, C and D. Lucas Friend.
Mr. Dwyer's case for pre-trial.
It is Matt Pritchard.
Yes.
Your Honor, I'll provide you may recall this from that hearing. Mr. Trim had just entered an inpatient treatment facility. You asked for an update before today if he was still there. The latest update I received, I provided to the court. It indicates that he's due to complete that program on the 29th of this month, and then he'll return to OVP, I think where he was doing some outpatient care before he went into inpatient treatment. I talked to Mr. Heald about this. We thought if you were all right with it, it might be appropriate to set this for a pretrial early in December. so we can see how he's doing, make sure he's completed everything.
Okay, I'll approve your entry, schedule this for December the 9th, and by that point, you should be attending OVP outpatient.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Leslie K. Webb, case number CRB 24654. Leslie K. Webb. Leslie Webb.
Anybody that's got a pretrial needs to be in the courtroom now.
Pre-trial, step in the courtroom now, please. You have a pre-trial.
All right, this is set for pretrial, Mr. Waters' case.
It is, Your Honor. I talked to Mr. Hield about this case this morning. Ms. Webb brought to me...
Derek George?
Ms. Webb brought to me... I'll wait till things get calmed down.
Derek George?
You may have a seat.
Are you all still together?
No, we're just, I ain't gonna do it, it's all right. It's dismissed. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
You ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe after some further discussion with Mr. Hield, I think everyone's in agreement to dismiss the charges. The two are not together any longer, and I don't think there have been any further problems. That's my understanding.
Mr. George is here. He's impressed upon me that he doesn't want to proceed. They are no longer together. So, that being said, even though normally we would want to have a 90-day continuance to make sure there are no further problems, I'm assured that there will be no further problems because they're not together. And they're separated by some physical distance too, I guess. So, we're okay with going ahead and dismissing it at this time.
With or without cause?
Is she able to pay costs today?
Your Honor, my client doesn't have any objection to paying the court costs.
Okay, it will be dismissed on payment
I'll
of costs.
have to do
My
that.
understanding she'll do that today.
Yes, sir, I'll take her now.
All right, see the clerk, case will be dismissed on payment of costs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. So it's dismissed.
No. Is this recorded?
Yes. Yes, you're done. Yes, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Catherine Metzger, case number CRB 24703.
This one you just called.
All right, Stanley, you're going to be,
I'm actually covering this for Mike Eachus, but one of us are both.
I had his name down.
Yeah.
Okay, this is set as the first pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything we can accomplish?
Yes, Your Honor. We actually called Mr. Jackson, the alleged victim in this matter, and it's kind of a coincidence that we have two situations right in a row where we feel like that there's not a need for a 90-day continuance. The circumstances of this are such that he is insisting that we not even try to do a 90-day continuance. So we would be okay. We believe it happened, and so we would request court costs in order to dismiss the case. But other than that, we would go ahead and do that today.
Yeah, Your Honor, we're agreeable to do that, and that can be done today.
All right, be dismissed on payment of costs or leave to see the clerk.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jacob R. Nichols, case number TRC 241236, Mr. Holt's case.
Set for a pretrial.
Yeah.
Your Honor, this is the matter that we had sent off for independent testing.
All right.
The crime lab requested that we resubmit a form because there was not enough of the sample to do their normal testing procedure, so we had to go through a little bit of a different process, and that has all been done. We're just awaiting the results now.
Okay, so we want a continuance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any idea what kind of time frame we're looking at?
I don't think, myself or Mr. Hill know this is the first time I think we've had this.
Do you know that they've actually sent the sample?
No, they've had the requested, with the stuff they wanted for multiple days.
The amount of sample that they actually received, that the lab received initially, was very small. They used part of that in order to actually do the first screen. And so they requested that, let's see, did they do drugs and
They didn't have
alcohol
enough to
first?
test for, they didn't have enough.
Well, anyway, they needed confirmation from me that it was okay for them to send what they had left to this independent lab, meaning that the state of Ohio would no longer have a sample. But I felt like, in fairness, that, I mean, he I think has the right to have that independent analysis. So I told them, yes, it's okay to go ahead and send it. So I don't know whether it's been sent to the lab or not.
It should have been. I can follow up on that.
Do you have a date when you're going to be back?
Would December 16th work, Your Honor?
Yes. Okay, December 16 will be the next pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Brew, case number TRC 242348, A and B, CRA 24743. This is
Yes, sir. Group E. That's all right.
Mr. Dewater, you're going to be representing?
I am, Your Honor. We'd waive a reading of the complaints. We've acknowledged service of the complaints and enter not guilty pleas.
All right, not guilty plea is entered. He hasn't posted bond, I don't think.
Has not.
He can sign $2,000.
Yeah, actually, Your Honor, he did post a bond with Mr. Sowards. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Okay, the bond is continued then. I just don't think, it is in the file. Okay, I overlooked it. It is here.
Okay.
Not guilty plea is entered. I'm looking at the 6th, 9th, 16th, or any date after that.
Can we do the 9th, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay.
December the 9th will be pre-trial at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Please enter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Courtney and Corbin, case number CRB 24614.
This is Mr. Smith's case, Roger Smith, set for pre-trial.
Your Honor, it looks like a good screen. We'd like to come back in 2 to 3 weeks. This may be one, and I can't say yet, may turn into a 90-day situation, but Jasmine's not here today to speak with the alleged victim, so if we could come back, I did want to monitor her progress anyway.
Okay.
I could do the 6th, the 13th, or the 16th of December.
Did you say the 16th you're
I
ready?
could do the 16th, yes,
Do
sir.
the 16th. December 16th will be the next hearing, pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. Appreciate it.
State of Ohio versus Amber Goodall, case number CRB 24566.
Mr. Smith's case, pre-trial.
It is, Judge. This is a case, we've received an audio flash drive, but there's a video out there that the state has not been able to get from, I believe it was a sheriff's department arrest, and they're working on that. Obviously, we'd like to see what's on that video before we make a decision to go to trial or not. If we could come back the 6th, 13th, or 16th, that should give the state, did I give you that time?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yes, he says he can have it by then.
We'll do the 16th. 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jasmine Green, case number CRB 24700.
Yes, and is Mr. Roger Smith's case, pre-trial.
There is a cross file with an Ashley or Alicia Cordato, who's on the docket today.
The attorney is,
Looks like Sean Stratton, who I'm not.
Stratton canceled all his scheduled durations for today.
pre-trial.
Yes, we're here for pre-trial. We anticipated it's a cross file to be dismissed with cause, but I can't say that's the case without Mr. Stratton's client here, or Mr. Stratton.
Alicia's here.
Well, apparently he submitted an entry previously continuing from
Okay, I did not know that, Judge. Maybe we can come back and he'll, of course, I don't know his schedule.
I just don't.
When were they set for?
I can't.
His client is here, but I can't speak with her, obviously, but somewhere we
So
didn't get.
You weren't notified? Where is?
She's here, but I don't want to talk to her.
Okay,
What's your name, ma'am?
Oh, sure, garage. Be able to make it in December.
Currently set for December the 6th.
You can't do December 6th.
No, I just started a new job, and I have a 90-day period. I can't make it.
She just started a new job. She's got a 90-day probation period. Could she appear via Zoom, considering what
Yeah, I could
we
do Zoom.
plan to do?
Mr. Hill?
We're not opposed to that, Your Honor.
You got a cell phone, you can take a break real quick. Yeah, we can use that, we can do that day, Judge. I just didn't know he wasn't here, I apologize.
Well,
Didn't get the
it
message.
would have been nice to communicate about.
Yeah, I didn't know he continued his.
All right, December the 6th, and Miss, what's her name, Parado? Parado.
Yeah.
Do you have Mr. Stratton's contact information?
I do, oh, I'm sorry. You don't have it? Let me see, has he got a card up there, John?
Okay, so your case, ma'am, is continued to December the 6th. We'll continue both cases to December 6th at 10 o'clock, and Ms. Green can appear by teleconference. Well, for that matter, you can too, I guess, if there's no objection to her appearing.
I have no objection, Judge. I just didn't know Mr. Stratton wanted to be. That's it.
State of Ohio versus David Lee Labor, the second case number CRB 23757.
Community service. I'll have to talk to him for you today. How many days did you mention that? 1 or
2? But I was wanting to see about church down church here to see mission. They said I can't do that. So I thought there's a place in every city, there's a food bank. And I right there by the road street.
Yeah. We'll try to get community service situated. He's done a day, and he knows some more. He's going to work with Josh after court, but it looks like he's doing well from that report.
Yes.
Sorry, there's only one. Sorry, there's only one. My counselor's been having a baby, grandbaby, and he's been bouncing me around all over the place, trying his best to help me, but he's got so many clients.
He's done the one day with Josh, and he understands he owes more, so he will work with Josh, I'm assuming, to get those scheduled.
Your Honor, I'll step out and speak to him after now.
Okay, so, we'll keep continuing this, then it's pending probation violations, I understand.
It is.
All right, another month?
Yes, Judge.
I have a question for you, Judge. You know about when I'll be done with probation?
I didn't understand what you said.
Just a guess. You know when about since I might be done with probation?
Usually it's 2 years.
2 years. Thank you, Judge.
December 16th?
Yes, I can do that.
December 16th, 10 o'clock.
December 16th at 10. Before you leave, talk to Josh. He's waiting out the door. He'll get you set up. Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Hallie Russell, case number CRB 24691.
Is Austin Hollins here?
He's here. He's outside smoking right now.
Well, we had spoken with him just in the last few days, and if there is a protection order, he doesn't want it anymore, and he's okay with us
There was one initially, no protection order at his request. That's what my notes were. He didn't want one initially.
Right, so he's okay with a 90-day continuance, and we would be willing to offer that, and if there aren't any further problems between now and the end of that period, we would be okay with a dismissal of the charges with the payment of court costs.
My client's okay with that resolution, Judge, sometime mid-February, I guess.
Okay, February the 14th.
That'd be for Valentine's. That's a good day to get it dismissed. February 14th at 10 o'clock.
So the next hearing is February 14th. Since there's no protection order, I won't require an appearance if she pays the costs and there's no problems to be dismissed then.
Should be about 150 before you leave the clerk's office. That's how much court costs are. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Adria Price, case number CRB 24693.
Mr. Smith's case pre-trial.
It is, Judge, may we approach? I'm trying to get the paper.
Get that file. That
All right, I'm going to take the request by the defendant under advisement, and we'll do a conference call to Appalachian Behavioral Hospital after court today.
Thank you, Judge. Just don't leave here, okay? All right, and I'll see you after a few minutes. I'll see you after in a minute.
State of Ohio versus Robert L. Slaughter, case number CRB 24692 A and B, CRB 24346 A and B.
Mr. Smith's case, set for pre-trial.
It is, Judge. Mr. Slaughter has two cases. On an older case, he was to pay cost on. Apparently the background check saw it was pending. He's trying to find a job now. This new case, I have spoken with the alleged victim. She also is not interested to pursue it. I'd like to continue out 90 days. He said he can pay both costs by then, sometime in February. On his sister. He said he wants to dismiss it. So I suggest you go out 90 days and pay cost on both of them in February. You'll have the money by February? Yes.
Roger. Is she here?
Yeah, she was a TPA dropped off.
Kimberly?
Yeah, she's actually right there.
Kimberly?
Here she is.
Hey, Roger. We'll dismiss the protection.
Yeah, actually, I already see a psychiatrist anyway for anger management.
Who is he?
Mahajan Therapeutics. I'm already on meds and everything for it.
Okay.
We'll come back.
So, Your Honor, I've spoken with Ms. Slaughter, and she does not want a protection order. But she does believe that Mr. Slaughter could benefit from anger management counseling. And apparently he's already a patient with Mahajan.
Yeah,
So-
like, they've been adjusting my meds, trying to get it under control. Like, we've had the anger issues. They've actually been adjusting it since the first assault charge,
So what we'd like to do is get a report from them next time. Is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a psychiatrist appointment today. I can let him know that they need to release where I'm.
You just sign a release, they can release the records. Maybe we come back before 90 days then, Judge, just to make sure he's compliant and he's doing well with treatment.
Because you are Kimberly, and you're asking for the protection order.
Yes.
He gives language, right?
He's supposed to.
Okay.
So I'll double check today whenever I talk to him. If not, then I'll seek out.
Okay, we'll do an order on that.
You just sign a release, they can get the court your records. Those are confidential.
So, about 6 weeks, come back?
That'd be fine, Judge, yes. I think we should get a report by then to see if we're on track for a dismissal.
December 30th? That's 6 weeks.
Yes.
December 30th.
So Monday, yeah, I'm good.
For a pre-trial on both matters.
Make sure you sign that release when you see him today, you see.
Well, tomorrow. Today's over the phone. When I was here in court.
You need to sign a release. Okay. I see that date. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
State of Ohio versus Aaron Williamson, case number PRC 192164. Aaron Williams.
Checked a couple times earlier today, I haven't seen it. If a warrant issue, Judge, I'd ask him to be held 7 days. Let me try to find him. He has been in contact with my office.
Looking to see if there's a bond up. And there is, just posted a bond in September, so.
Okay. Yeah, this is a 5-year-old case, but he was out of pocket for a while, but he's back in pocket. Maybe Mr. Sowers could assist us in.
Okay, so do you have contact with him? Because if it's Mr. Sowers, he wants the warrant issued the day that we notify him.
I can get hold of Mr. Williamson. Yes, I have a phone number for him. So if we issue it today, I can have my secretary, when I finish here, call and try to track him down and let him know he needs to call Gary immediately.
Okay, so there'll be a warrant issued today for failure to report for Aaron Williamson. What Mr. Sowers know, we'll set a bond forfeiture hearing for December 16th.
Okay. I'll attempt to get a hold of him right now, Judge.
State of Ohio recall Joe Bowles II at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24744, CRA 24738. Charles Burks is on deck.
Okay, so now we've got the additional charges. Mr. Bowles, I started to and did arraign you about the Rule 4 charge out of Pike County, but now there's a charge filed here. It's been faxed to the jail about 45 minutes ago. It's case number 24744. It alleges that on November the 15th, without the right to do so, you purposely prevented, obstructed, or delayed a public official in the performance of their duties. That's obstructing official business. It's a second-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 90 days in jail, $750 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this charge?
Yes.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true, you waive your rights to trial and have a lawyer when you enter a guilty plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll accept your guilty plea. Does the state have a report on this? Because I really don't.
Yes, Your Honor. This is Ohio Highway Patrol Trooper Sullivan. On November 15th at approximately 4:53 p.m., Joe Bowles was a passenger in a vehicle that was pulled over for an expired license plate sticker violation. I made contact with the driver and received his information, and then made contact with Joe Bowles, who gave me his Social Security number. Upon running his information, Ohio Highway Patrol Portsmouth Dispatch Center stated that he had a warrant out of Pike County. I made contact with Joe Bowles and had him step out of the vehicle to walk with me by my cruiser. As Joe Bowles stepped out of the vehicle, I looked on the floorboard to see if I could see anything illegal. As I looked at the floorboard, Joe Bowles took off running over the guardrail and into a small wooded area. I pursued after him, and he ran around a white building. I took the other way to try to cut him off. As I ended, he rounded the corner and we were face to face. I drew my taser and told him I would tase him and to stop. A small child was in the street at the time, and Joe Bowles saw him and he stopped and laid on the floor until I was able to get him secured. I advised Joe of his Miranda rights and searched incident to the arrest was performed. Located on his person were 2 unused needles with a cap on them and $325, a pack of cigarettes. I asked him why did he stop running? He stated he saw the kids and did not want to traumatize them. I secured him and walked him back to my cruiser where I secured him in the back of the patrol car. Joe was also asked if he needed a squad for any injuries. He stated he was not injured and did not need a squad. The driver of the vehicle was released from the scene with a warning after confirming that Joe did not have any other belongings in the car. Joe Bowles was then taken to the Ohio Highway Ironton Post where pictures of his person were taken. Joe was then transported to the Lawrence County Jail for his warrant and for obstruction of official business. All items were located on his person were taken from him to the Lawrence County Jail and placed into his property. So, this happened on the 15th, this is the 18th. So, he has charges out of another county?
Pike County.
Pike County, so he may be in jail for a few more days before they come and pick him up. That would be sufficient as far as his sentence if he were to receive maybe 5 days in jail.
All right, Mr. Bowles, anything you want to tell me about what happened? Or anything else? You can make any statement you want in mitigation or whatever you want to tell me. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
So that's exactly how I went down. I seen the kids, so I laid down on the ground and waited for the cop to get there. I didn't want him to hurt the kids or anything like that, you know what I mean? If he tased and he missed me and the kids, you know what I mean? Or the kid we found out nice by saying any of that, so I just laid there and waited for the handcuffs.
Okay. All right, on the obstructing official business, I'll impose a $200 fine where you pay the court costs. I'll give you 10 days in jail, and I'll suspend 5, and give you credit for 3. So you got 2 more days to do. And then you waived, you're going to have to go to Pike County. If Pike County comes and gets you today, I'll let you go as soon as they come and get you. But you got at least 2 days in jail and to serve. And then
After 2 days, that's what it's long enough, if they ain't here to get me.
well, here's the only problem with that. I can do that, but then I could give you till Friday to try to postpone. Here's the problem why I don't want to do this straight out say that, because I don't want Pike County to send somebody down here and they get to the jail and they say, well, he posted bond. The judge let him out on bond. So they would make a wasted trip down here to get you and you're not here. You posted bond and you're saying you're not turning yourself in. So you've got 2 more days to, I'll let you post bond on Wednesday of $3,000, that's what I said before. And then you gotta turn yourself in by Friday, which you should do. Pike County's not that far away. Turn yourself in by Friday or appear in this court on Friday, explain why you can get out to Pike County. If you're still in the jail, if you didn't post bond on Friday, then I'll start the clock running on Pike County to come get you at the jail. I'm not going to tell them to start coming to get you until we find out if you're going to be able to post bond. Are you pretty sure you're going to post bond? You've got some money apparently in your property.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I've just been some of the vendor, but my boss will probably come get me.
Okay, so you understand what you got to do. You're going to be in jail here until Wednesday. You can post bond Wednesday, then you got to get up to Pike County by Friday or show up in court in Chesapeake Friday, and then we'll decide how we're going to proceed then. If you're going to go turn yourself in, or if I'm going to put you back in custody and make them come get you.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll send down a waiver for you to sign on the Rule 4. Yes, he's to be held, if he doesn't post bond, he needs to be held till Friday. At 10 o'clock, we'll have a hearing, or thereabouts. That's the 22nd. So you want Mr. Sauer notified that you want to talk to him about posting bond?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have one of the bailiffs contact him, send him a text. He'll get in touch with you. And there'll be a form sent down for you to sign a waiver to go back to Pike County. And the clerk will fax that down here in just a little bit. Do you have any questions, Mr. Bowles?
No, sir.
Okay. So if you post bond, go turn yourself in. If you can't, you gotta show up at court here Friday at 10 o'clock.
Okay. But I can't post till Wednesday, right?
You can't post till Wednesday. I mean, you can probably go ahead and pay him, but you're not gonna get out till Wednesday because you got 2 more days to serve. And then if you can't post bond, I'll see you Friday. We'll figure it out then what we're gonna do as far as the timing for Pike County to come get you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Charles Burks at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24686, CRB 24687. And Kayla Harris is on deck.
So Mr. Morford, you've had a talk with Mr. Burks?
I have, Judge.
How do you want to proceed?
I think that he is in desperate need of mental health treatment. I haven't seen anything
Did
from...
he go to Athens for a while? Or?
Judge, he says he doesn't remember.
The jail just picked him up Friday
From there.
from Athens.
But I don't have, usually I'll get a report from Athens as to what the findings were. And,
That's sort of hampering me, Judge, in deciding
well,
what
if
to
you
do
want to hang
next.
around, we'll have a gigantic conference call with the admitting nurse, Ms. Holler,
Okay,
after court, because we're doing that on that Price case also.
okay.
So, we'll put this aside and we'll do a conference call in chambers after court docket is concluded.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kayla Harris, case number CRB 21209 and CRD 211692. Sarah Isbell is on deck.
Kayla Harris is Mr. Stiers' case.
Your Honor, I've spoken to Ms. Harris. Don't really have a good explanation for her failure to appear. However, she was picked up yesterday, spent the night in jail. I looked, she owes about $285 on the old case, and the new case is a driving without, it's not driving under suspension, it's without a license. So I'm gonna ask that she be released on an OR bond. She advises that she's beginning work tomorrow if she gets out. And I told her that if the court was to let her out, we would probably expect some sort of a payment before the next hearing date, which I didn't tell her when that would be. I don't know, we're looking stuff into December anyway. So she should have time if she gets out to get a pay period in and make a payment. And if she were to come back in here with a payment having been made, I doubt I'd expect her to pay the entire amount of $285, but at least make a substantial payment. That might be a show of good faith, would encourage the court to give her a little more time.
What's the state's position on that?
We're not opposed to his proposition.
And where does Ms. Harris live now?
Where do you live, ma'am?
40 Township Road, 1293, Portugal, Ohio.
Oh, that's where you lived back in 2021, same address?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, what's Township Road 1293?
Is there a common name?
Mulford Drive.
Oh, know that very well. I actually knew the Malters.
And Your Honor, I'm gonna note that this driver without license is marked no financial responsibility shown, so I don't know if it would be possible for her to find proof of financial responsibility that covered either her or the car back in 2021, but at least the opportunity to do that would be a reason not to enter a plea today on that, so that she could have an opportunity to try to find that information.
I just want to add, I do apologize for this report. If I know that I had court, I would have named.
Well, now you know, so I trust that you're gonna come to court. I'm gonna let you out on your signature, and that's not very far away, so we know where to find you if you don't show up.
I'll be there, you'll have to come by now on it.
I'll let you sign a $2,000 signature form, and we're gonna be in December sometime after, but I say you got some dates you're unavailable.
I'm out the 6th and the 9th.
Where can I make a payment at?
You come to the courthouse and make it at the clerk's office. You can also make it by phone, I believe. Online with a credit card. There's a fee involved in that. If you bring money to the court, there's no fee, but they don't take a credit card.
Okay, are you at Justice Courthouse?
Yeah, this is the one right across the street from the flea market.
Yeah, okay, yes, I know exactly where it's at.
I'm available the 2nd, 13th, 16th, 20th, 23rd.
Let's do, well, to give her some time to come up with that insurance information, let's do the 20th. Did you say you're available?
I am available. I'm actually on the docket already.
Okay, December the 20th. That's the Friday before Christmas. That's your next hearing on both cases. That'll be at 10 o'clock a.m. at Fort Chester. You need to be here.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
I'll be there. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Sarah Isbell, case number CRA 24741, CRB 24742. Kane Lampton is on deck.
It's Mr. Morford's case, Sarah Isbell.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I just said your attorney's name, Mr. Morford, so you had a chance to talk, Mr. Morford.
Yes, I have, Judge. I've also called OVP to do an assessment. She's wanting to go to OVP in South Point. But I called OVP and gave the intake lady all of her information, and they're supposed to call her to do an assessment.
Okay, so she's not going to be going back to Pikeville?
The last thing she asked me about was South Point. Pikeville was discussed, but she indicated she'd prefer South Point.
Are you going to be living in this local area then, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an address locally?
No, I don't. I told you it's about OVP.
So you want to go inpatient, that would take care of your living arrangements?
Yes, sir, I was thinking of the baby.
Okay.
One snag, Judge. We don't have a medical card yet.
Yeah, they told me to call and do my medical and get that paid. And you can call them if they do not have paid, but nobody is answering the phone. We tried calling them 3 times.
Okay. Did you contact Mrs. Milne or?
No, Judge, I called OVP directly. Brianna's at the doctor with her young, and I didn't want to disturb her.
No, I don't mind disturbing her.
Okay. Judge, if you want to know the name of the lady I spoke to, it's Amy.
So you did get somebody to talk to?
Yes.
Have you ever had a medical card, man?
I'm sorry, sir.
Have you ever had a medical card?
Yes, sir, I have Illinois.
From Kentucky or what state?
From Illinois.
Illinois, okay. Where are you from originally?
Kentucky.
Pikeville?
Yes, sir. Right, born.
So that's where your family is?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's try, I don't want to just cut her loose to wander the street. Let's try to figure out where she's going to go. So I'll recall you later. We'll try to get some information together.
Thank you.
You call for today?
Today. It'll be today.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Kane Lampkin at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 21-966.
Speaking of the devil. Mr. Morford, is the minutes here? You want to go talk with her?
Yeah, Judge.
About Mrs. Wolf?
Kane Lampkin, case number CRB 24-366. Russell Severance is on deck.
Kane Lampkin. All right, Mr. Lampkin, I checked with the counseling center and they said you left against medical advice from, I guess he was at Foundations, is that correct? He was at the detox center and you left there without approval. So, when I tested you back in September, when I ordered you to go to treatment, you tested for a lot of things: fentanyl, amphetamine, methamphetamine, morphine, THC, tramadol. You tested positive for all that stuff. So that's why I sent you to inpatient.
Right. But now, you just now, I don't have fentanyl, cocaine, and probably, the rock.
Well, so you're still convincing me you need inpatient. If you're admitting.
Yeah, I do, I think, yeah, I really do.
Okay, the counseling center will take you back.
I'm gonna do that, they will take that, to do it.
Okay. I'll enter an order that you can pick him up today, you got a desk. Okay, they're gonna pick you up today, go back, for inpatient treatment. And let's come back on, December 2nd.
Yes, sir.
December 2nd, so I'll see you in 2 weeks to see how you're doing.
Okay, thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
Do you want that as a review or a free trial?
I'm putting it as a review.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Russell A. Severance at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24-543. This is Mr. Morford's case, Your Honor.
To the server.
We're waiting on your lawyer, Mr. Severance. He's coming in the courtroom now. He's getting pulled in different directions. This is Mr. Severance. My notes were he left the counseling center against medical advice about a month ago.
Yes, Judge.
Russell, have you thought about going back to treatment?
Yes, sir. If I'm not shut down, then I see my sight. It's so bad off right now, I can't even keep microwave about any help from somebody else. And I was getting in the way and they was getting offended and they had to help me so much. I just shut me out the door is what happened. I tried to put mom and dad, but mom and dad was taking him. So
Looks like he was sent from Southern Ohio Medical Center up to Columbus to,
if I could get in a
Mount
rehab,
Carmel.
that wouldn't shut me out the door for I would like to do that.
Russell, don't interrupt the judge while he's talking.
I'm sorry. I thought it was my own.
No, Judge Capper's speaking with you right now.
So Mr. Tarvin, can you check on this gentleman and see if he was at the counseling center? My review of the record seems to experience he went to Southern Ohio Medical Center for some medical issues, had some sort of incident, mental health breakdown while he was there, and they sent him on to Mount Carmel in Columbus, and I don't think he ever got him back after that.
Okay.
His name is Russell Severance.
Okay, yep, I'll find out right now.
Okay. All right, we're gonna check on to see if they will take you back. And we'll have you back today. I'll have you back today after we get further information on it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We have 2 cases that we called already.
Okay, so that's it for the jail for
That's it
now.
for the jail for
We'll
now.
come back to the jail a little bit later. We still have a few more callbacks there to do.
State of Ohio versus Garrett Hosey, case number TRD 24-742, TRD 23-1844. That's Mr. Tyler Smith's case. Garrett Hosey.
He has a bond up with Mr. Sowers.
I haven't had contact with him for today, so I don't know why he's not here.
He just posted it a month ago, October the 18th. It's been kind of a regular thing that he has problems getting here from what I'm saying. So, notifying Mr. Sowers. I'll set it for December 16th for bond forfeiture.
State of Ohio versus Agnes Sexton, case number CRB 24209, CRB 24210, CRB 2349A and B, CRB 22740.
What is it? What happened?
Your Honor, I believe we have this, we can resolve this today. I believe the state is going to move to amend the charge, or felony charge to misdemeanor in exchange for a guilty plea to that. I believe there'll be a suspended jail sentence, I believe of 180 days, and for her to continue her treatment. She's with the RRS.
What is the misdemeanor she's going to plead?
Assault.
Okay, this was charged as a felony assault on a peace officer.
Correct.
What do you want to amend it to?
Simple assault. So is that 290313?
That's what I have right now.
Yes, that's 290313.
We'll just change the degree to,
Yeah, M1.
okay.
And Your Honor, I would like to say for the record that Deputy Chen was the officer that was affected by this, and at a previous time, maybe even at the arraignment, I spoke with him, and he was agreeable to this being reduced to a misdemeanor if she were in treatment and being successful. And so what we're going to ask for, if today's the date that's appropriate for sentencing, we're going to ask for a 6-month suspended jail sentence to make sure she follows through with her treatment.
All right, Mr. Smith?
Your Honor, that's our understanding. She is doing well in treatment right now at the RRS, so.
Yes, she's done very well in treatment, Your Honor.
We foresee her completing treatment and upholding her end.
Ms. Sexton, do you agree with what your attorney's saying?
Absolutely.
Do you have anything else that you want to add to it? You have a right to make a statement if you want to.
No, sir.
Okay. I'll allow the amendment. There was also a disorderly. You want that sentence or dismiss it?
We can dismiss it, Your Honor.
Okay, that's 24-210. I'll dismiss it. Disorderly conduct can be dismissed. For 209. I'll impose a $100 fine, order to pay court costs, 180 days in jail, suspend 180 days, order that she complete treatment at RRS, as a condition of her 2 years of level 4 probation, and set a review hearing for her December 30th, because she has other old cases. So we'll see you in a little over a month, get a report on how things are going. So December 30th.
You want her to have any community service?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's see. She just has fines on the other cases, so no community service on those either.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
She will need to see Mr. Major.
State of Ohio versus Kyle Badger, case number CRB 24492, A and B.
Mr. Steyer's case. Set for pretrial.
Oh, you can stand here if you want to. This is the alleged victim, Your Honor.
Okay. Bridget Aylesworth.
Yeah.
I can't.
So, Your Honor, I've got, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Speaking with Ms. Aylesworth, and the facts of this case are, I think, pretty serious. And so we have been resistant to the idea of doing what she wants us to do at this point, which is a 90-day continuance, and to drop the protection order if Mr. Badgett would take part and be successful in anger management counseling.
Your Honor, I think the protection order's already been dropped, just to be clear. But
So she says that he agreed to do that.
he's agreeable to do anger management, Your Honor.
So she doesn't want us to pursue this to a conviction, but we will if he's not successful. We're also going to require of him the payment of court costs if we dismiss the charges at a later date.
Medical card. Ohio. Yeah. Okay. He has an Ohio medical card. He is agreeable to pay court costs at the end of the 90-day continuance. And he's agreeable to anger management. He has an Ohio medical card. I don't know if anyone here is interested in offering that service. Lady right here in the black dress.
I think they should, from looking at the affidavits, maybe look at some substance use issues too. I think there was some level of alleged intoxication on one of them.
Thank you.
Okay, you need to do a substance use assessment with them. That's fine, Your Honor, and I think Bethesda can handle both matters.
And this is, as I read it, there was 3 separate incidents. It's not like a one-time thing.
Correct. And they occurred over a lengthy period of time, but she reported them all cumulatively at one time.
Okay.
So
And the last incident was that August?
I think that might have been August of last year.
All right, so we'll go out, let's go out to February, appropriately the 14th,
I'm available that day, so February 14th.
for the next hearing, or time waiver.
Yeah, we would waive time to accommodate this, Your
Counseling
Honor.
at Bethesda, be dismissed then with costs and no costs.
Okay, so she's gone. I have to talk to her. She's got to step out of the way. She's sitting there, talk to her to see if we can set up. You want to have that done by the time we come back, so okay. I'm sorry?
That's okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Yeah, yes.
State of Ohio versus Carolyn Rayburn, case number CRB 24713, CRB 1218 A and B, CRB 111053.
Okay. You're just going to get the
Mr. Stires,
he's not bound by the protective order. Did you contact him?
Yes.
Okay. He's continuing to contact her, which I would be allowed to do because it's very written against him, but I think that's sort of his position.
see here.
I don't know.
Richard Curry,
Is he here?
No.
No, he's not here.
so what we would like to do, Your Honor, is, been a few days, let's see here. It's been a few days since we've had contact with the alleged victim in this matter, so probably what we need to do is get him in here so we can ask for a subpoena to be issued for a hearing at a later date.
We're we'd be agreeable to another continuance. We're also agreeable to a 90-day continuance, and dismissal on payment of court costs if that's something that can be arranged, but my understanding is that's not currently something the state's in a position to offer. So we're agreeable to coming back again a little sooner and maybe hopefully getting something like that figured out at that time.
Now, just remind the defendants, it appears that she has costs and fines she still owes on old cases.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there are old cases pending as well, Your Honor. So maybe come back the 2nd, if that day's not too rough already, and at that point kind of regroup. I don't want to wait too long.
December 2nd will be fine.
Thank you. So December 2nd, 10 o'clock.
Next hearing will be December 2nd, so that's 2 weeks.
Okay, that'd be great. If you
December
could bring your
2nd, for
receipt.
pre-trial on all matters.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Cody A. Kelly, case number CRB 18292, TRD 18628, A and B, CRB 16661.
Mr. Morphy's
Hey,
case,
$40.
I believe it's on the sentencing docket. Yes.
I think whenever I paid last month I was here, I knocked off one of my tickets. I paid it. So
You have 500 back.
yeah, so I've just been paying.
And then paid 500 here in May.
And I got $40. I paid $50 or $100 last month. And I got $40 this month.
Judge, he's been paying on his fines and court costs regularly. He has, I think, $40 to pay to the court today.
And I'm gonna try to get a little bit more money to pay online once trying to get more.
And he's making attempts to come up with more, Judge.
Okay, so he's got 40 to pay today.
Yes, sir.
All right, look me. Set the next hearing for December 23rd for sentencing. See the clerk to make the payment.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Dawson, case number TRC 242138, A, B, C, D, and E.
All right, Mr. Dawson, have you hired an attorney?
No, sir.
Are you going to hire an attorney?
I can. I just lost my job, so I didn't have time to get one.
Okay, do you want me to consider you for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You say you lost your job?
Yes, sir.
Where was that?
You said what?
Where was that? You were
At
working?
Sonorama in South Point.
Okay, so you're no longer employed?
No, sir.
You had no income?
No, sir.
I'll appoint Mr. Smith, Tyler Smith. Mr. Smith, this is Christopher Dawson. It's first offense OVI is the main charge with a 089 threat score.
Okay.
a pretrial, the 20th or after of December?
20th is fine, Your Honor.
December 20th will be the next hearing. The pretrial at 10 o'clock. Dawson.
State of Ohio
Thank you, Your Honor.
versus Patricia White, case number CRB 24632.
Allison.
Do you have an attorney?
I do not. I decided not to retain a lawyer.
I didn't understand the last thing you said.
I decided not to retain a lawyer.
Okay. How's the state going to proceed?
So Ms. Paisley is here, the alleged victim, and she's written us a statement today indicating that she doesn't want to pursue the charges. What we would request is a 90-day continuance, and if there aren't any further problems at that time, we would be agreeable to a dismissal upon the payment of court costs.
Is that something you're interested in, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, there was a protection order issue that I believe was that withdrawn.
Yes, on a different report.
Okay, so what we'll do, we'll go out into February, we've been saying for the 14th, February the 14th. If there's no further problems and the costs are paid, the case will be dismissed, and you don't have to appear. If the costs aren't paid, or if there's additional problems, you have to appear on that day.
Okay.
You understand what you need to do? Okay, and you're agreeable with that?
Yes.
Okay, February 14th, 10 o'clock, unless the costs are paid, no further problems, then you don't have to appear, case will be dismissed.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Douglas Hess, case number CRA 2473, CRA 2474.
Mr. Hess, is that Shawnee?
Yes. And Your Honor, the report states that he's completing today, but he's actually completing tomorrow, and that is not our clinical recommendation for him to go to West Virginia.
So there is a felony charge here. So I'm not sure, he is completing the inpatient program. That's it's not your recommendation that he returns to West Virginia, is that what you're saying?
His clinical team wanted me to state that they do not recommend for him to return to West Virginia. But that is where his family is, and it would be ultimately up to you.
Okay. The felony is a possession charge. What's the state's position on it? It's a Walmart theft and a possession.
I guess I'd want to know, is it just because your agency feels like he needs to have more oversight over him, or needs to do outpatient, or what?
So we would recommend sober living or outpatient wherever he goes. But he does have a rapport with the staff and other clients, and he has a good support system in Portsmouth. He's done fantastic. He's had a couple behavioral issues here and there. But other than that, Mr. Hess has done great with our agency. He's passed all drug screens. We've never had an issue with any passes or anything like that. So, but his counselor and the program coordinator of the 2.5 program feels that he would do better in Portsmouth with the support that he has. He can explain.
I was going to go to, my family lives in Parkersburg. Actually, my mom and dad live over closer to Maryland, and it's like a 6-hour trip for them, so then I've really not got no family visits to be here. Parkersburg has a sober support system set up for me up there at St. Joe's and in that area. My son lives up there, and I have both sons. One son has come back from the military. He's now residing in Parkersburg as well, and my other son's in Ripley. So it's just, I've been gone 9 months now, completed 2 programs. I don't know what much more they do. It's not my home. I've made it my home here and done my recovery. And the spiritual insight and everything and the self-discovery that's allowed me, and Shawnee's done for me, and OVP as well, has really been beneficial. And in the court system, allowed me this chance to do this and move forward. But I just want to move forward in my life. I'm really not trying to run or anything like that. I'm just taking the next step and trying to get closer to my family, so that it's just such a long way down here,
It looks to me like there was a period of time where you were kind of out of pocket from...
That was the 30 days, yes, I was stagnant, late, getting into that.
Until you came back in here in August, you went to Shawnee in August.
Yes, I did. February 11th to April 6th, I was 17 days, 4 days out, went back for 31 days, graduated OVP, left, was gone 30 days, went to my dad's, done the roof for my mom and dad, come back, got picked up, come back down 2 days in Ironton jail, 90 days in Shawnee.
So you would be in Parkersburg?
Yes, sir.
Have you...
I've touched bases with St. Joe's Hospital as inpatient, outpatient, if do wherever I needed to go to get close to my family, so that they can place me where they feel that they need to place me with an assessment done from them, or if they wanted to put me in sober living. I've actually reached out to a couple different places. The Cross Church up there, I know there's a faith-based program. I know Alan and them very well. I've got resources there as well. It's not my first time recovery. It's just, this is just a new start, and it's got me back on where I need to be.
Your Honor, if he had a place in Parkersburg that was legitimate, and it sounds like he's hospitals involved, things of that nature, we wouldn't oppose him going there and the court continuing to track him from Parkersburg.
Okay. I think you need to do some sort of outpatient follow-up, whether it's sober living or outpatient.
I agree.
Let's set it up in about, give you a month to get things situated, and I need a report then at your next hearing. So I'm looking at the 20th or later. Mr. Morford, what's your schedule?
Let's do it the 20th, Judge. I think I'm here.
Okay, next hearing will be December 20th. I'll allow you to attend by teleconference as long as you can show that you're in some sort of follow-up program.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And you get the login information from Mr. Major in the probation office. Okay. December 20th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Tina M. Wells, case number CRA 24604, CRA 141276.
T. Smith, Tyler.
I'm doing great. Treatment. 37 days. And let's see if I can request for get my first back. The sheriff's department. Yeah, you should have an email from my husband. Okay. He's had a thing up there. He's going down and sitting there, so I'm going to stick with it.
Okay, she's got a good report.
It's got on my debit card. Ever since
Continue tomorrow.
I believe so, Judge, and I've asked the prosecutor to look at it. Apparently, the sheriff, she's telling me, still has her purse from September 5th as debit card, so I think Mr. Hill will agree to see if they need to hold that for evidence for some reason. I can't imagine why at this point, but other than that, I think we're on track to come back and monitor progress.
December 20th or 23rd.
Probably the 20th, Judge, would be better for me. It's a Friday.
December 20th.
Yes, sir.
Will be the next hearing, preliminary hearing, pre-trial meal case.
I'll tell Mr. Hill. You just need to find out.
That's
Judge.
Yes.
All right.
If I can get it today.
State of Ohio versus William Keplinger, case number CRA 24631, CRB 1152.
Oh, yes.
Start.
That's good.
Your Honor, if I may, I don't know if the request for the representative, he has done some community service. He asked me this morning, I believe it was done together.
24.
24 more hours, I believe.
Okay, good. So you made it in.
I'm gonna finish it this week.
Good.
And Your Honor, I'm sending forward information from OVP. He was seen on the 14th. He's really just getting started at this point, so there's not a lot to that, but that does show that he's gotten started.
Very good.
What we have here, Your Honor, is an F5 possession in addition to the review hearing matters. There's some fines owed on those and the community service time. He's obviously working on both of those things, so I would expect he'll continue to do that. This may be one, it's an F5, this may be one that we want to look at for QRT down the road, but I figure we don't need to really deal with that until we've got the court to a point where they're satisfied with the old cases. So for now, just kind of keep coming back.
Okay, the 20th or 23rd of December.
Let me take a quick look at my calendar. I don't know that either day is better. So does Friday or Monday matter to you? That's what it comes down to. Friday. Friday, so let's go with the 20th if we could, Your Honor.
December 20th will be the next hearing on both cases.
Thank you. Good work.
State of Ohio versus Sean Woods, case number CRC 23811, G. That's the sentence.
Mr. McCown.
Good morning, Your Honor. Second of December.
December, yes, is when I start my classes, and then we'll also got a date where we put it on the 4th.
correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, this one, in court last time, they indicated they were going to refer him over to VA. He has done that. His first set of classes begin on December 2nd, is my understanding. He also has new employment. I don't know if the court's been updated yet from any of them.
Well, I did get a message from her, I was looking to see if that's what it was about. Yes. John Woods is scheduled to begin courses December 2nd. So I did get a message from Ms. Rayburn to that effect.
I don't know what the court's position is, whether you're wanting to push this out.
Well, depends on what kind of treatment you write. This, was there an agreement with the state about sentencing or concluding some treatment beforehand or?
Yes, Your Honor, it's a first offense with a refusal and an additional in 20, so there would be an enhanced penalty under normal circumstances, but we found out that Mr. Woods could go to the VA, and we encouraged that. We want him to do that treatment, so we'd like to track it and make sure he gets into it and is doing well in it before we would ask to the sentencing.
Again.
Understand, Your Honor.
So toward the end of December, come back for another hearing. What's your schedule?
What does the court consider the end of December?
23rd or after.
Okay.
Or we can go into January.
I think that may be better if that's okay, Your Honor.
And also give me time to complete the courses as well.
Friday, okay. That's 10th. Friday the 10th, Your Honor?
That works. Next hearing will be January 10th, 25 for sentencing.
Can we set that as a pretrial, Your Honor? Is that possible for that time frame?
There's been a guilty plea before.
I know, I'm just trying to determine with shifting schedules, that it's sometimes difficult to plan an afternoon if it's set for sentencing at 11.
Oh, well, we can make it noon if you want. That'll help.
Earlier would be better typically, but if it's 11, it's 11, Your Honor. Understand?
Okay. It is a sentencing. It has been for quite a while.
I understand, Your Honor.
You can slip the bailiff some money and try to move up on the doctor.
I don't know there's enough money in the world that'll get him to do that, Your Honor.
You haven't tried yet.
Sounds like he has.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Kendall, case number CRB 24381. Kendall Gorby.
And this is set. This is set. The test. Okay, it's a good report, but with stuff to still work on, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And was there a hint of a problem in the past that we've resolved, or am I thinking of another case?
Maybe another case. We haven't had any issues out of him since he's been there. He's
Okay.
actually wanting to go into the field and transitioning to sober living when he graduates for stabilization and environment.
Okay. And when's the projected graduation?
We are looking at the week, his is kind of weird because it falls like the day before Christmas. So it'll probably be the week before, but he won't transition until the 1st of January.
Okay, so he is going to be going sober living then, you think?
That is correct.
That's the plan. Well, let's come back on January 3rd then. So we should be into that at that point, so we'll see where it's going. Put it down as sentencing on January 3rd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good job.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Kerry Beth McCoy. case number CRB 24227. Also section 6.
This is on the sentencing docket. This is Mr. Morford's case. Okay, good report, says you're working on getting a job now. Looks like you did get a job.
Yes.
You did get one, Subway?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the hours where they're wanting me to work 8 to 4 because the monitor right now it's.
Well, is it time to take it off?
I believe so.
You think it is? What's everybody
Yeah,
else
they
think?
said you had to.
I think the provider would be okay with it, Judge.
Okay,
We'd be okay with giving it a try.
all right. Well, you've come a long ways, I think.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna order it removed. And you gotta keep on track now, though. So this is first test, because some people go off, you gotta take it off and they go off and run away.
No, I'm not
Hopefully
doing
that doesn't
that.
happen here.
I'm not doing that one.
Okay. So that'll take care of some of your issues on the, setting that up on your schedule, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So see Mr. Major about that, getting that done.
Okay.
About December 30th, Mr. Morton, the next hearing. That work?
Yes, Judge.
December 30th will be your next hearing. Good job.
All right. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Scott Taylor, case number TRC 241941. Scott Taylor.
He was at OVP. Is he not there any longer? Or?
He's still there, Judge. Brianna was unable to transport him this morning due to the ill child.
Okay.
And she is here. She said he was doing well.
Okay.
And would ask you to put on the docket for Friday.
Is Mr. Taylor still with you?
Yes, he is still currently inpatient. I just didn't want him down here because I was running late today. I didn't want him down here on his own.
When's he finishing? He's got-
The 28th, I believe.
Oh, Thanksgiving Day.
It's coming up close, but he may end up being with us longer just because we're kind of contemplating what to do for aftercare and things like that.
Well, I think that'd be a good choice for him to do some sort of
I think he
aftercare.
definitely needs something further than just OBP inpatient.
I would concur with that, Judge.
And we said for the 27th, we're gonna have court on the 27th. That's the Wednesday before.
Yeah, we can do that.
Are you available, Mr. Morgan?
I am, Judge.
Okay, let's do it the 27th. November 27th, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
For
Thank you.
sentencing.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recall Sean Allen Miller, case number CRB 24739.
Sean Miller. Thank you.
Okay, this is set for arraignment. You weren't here when it was called previously, so I'll cancel the warrant. He's appeared now. You're Sean Allen Miller?
Yeah, my ride got pulled over on the way here this morning and they impounded our car and we had to wait for another ride. And the state patrol said you need to know that you could contact your post, so
Okay, I'll take your word for it. You're here now, that's what counts. You've got a theft offense charge against you, Mr. Miller.
Yes, sir.
Let me explain your rights to you. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, what you're saying is all on the record. It could be used against you if you admit something about your kids. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go over the charge. It's a theft offense from Walmart. It alleges November the 14th this year in Fayette Township, you tried to defraud Walmart of property without their consent. That's a first-degree misdemeanor theft offense. The maximum penalty is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
And you do understand the rights?
Yeah, I understand.
How do you plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
I do need one, sir.
Do you have a job?
No.
You have no income?
No, sir. I'm currently looking for a job.
I'll appoint Mr. Morford to represent you. You see you're right behind me.
I'm good. How are you? Just sign it.
I'm entering a not guilty plea. Setting the pretrials now, Mr. Morford, for the 20th or after.
Judge, I'm good. 20th,
The 20th?
23rd,
Let's do the 20th.
and the
December
27th.
20th will be the next hearing. Pretrial, 10 o'clock. And he can sign a signature bond of $1,000. That means as long as you come to court, you don't have to post any money. You're just signing a promise that you will come to court, or on pain of not coming, you pay $1,000 plus you get a warrant. That's what
Don't want that.
yeah, just come to court, you won't have to post any money.
State of Ohio versus Whitney S. Morris, case number TRC 222575 A to B.
Oh, okay. All right, so just call me an appointment with your office.
Yes, please.
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
Thank you, Warren.
You're welcome.
Okay, this is Whitney Morris, and it was scheduled for a review last Friday, and you're here today.
I set the reminder wrong on my phone.
I'm sorry?
I put it on my phone wrong.
Okay, you have done your community service,
Yes.
and you've paid all but $100 of your fine. Have you been through the driver intervention program?
I paid it in full on the 6th, but they're not doing another class until January, so.
Okay. All right, can you pay anything on your fine?
I can pay it by the end of the week.
Okay. I'll cancel, well, actually, a warrant hadn't been issued yet. I won't issue a warrant, it's canceled, you did appear. So I'll give you another month. Well, actually, let's go out 2 months, since you're not gonna go to the dip school till January, right? Do you remember what the dates are on that?
I do not.
I think it's like mid-January.
I think it's like the 17th, maybe.
So here's what we'll do. I'll set it after that. Give you enough time to get the report filed. Yeah, that makes it 17th is a Friday, and we'll start on Friday. So let's make it the 27th. January 27th is your next hearing of next year. And what I'm showing you still have left to do is pay $100 and do the 3-day school. If you get both those things done, you file with the court, you don't have to come back on January 27th.
Okay.
You understand what you need to do?
Yep.
Okay.
State of Ohio recalls Aaron Williamson, case number TRC 192164.
Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge.
You're Mr. Sowards has a good contact.
Yes.
I'm sorry for being late, Your Honor.
Judge, I believe we have a resolution to run by, Your Honor.
Okay.
As you can see from the docket, this is a 5-year-old TRC number. The trooper is no longer employed here in Lawrence County. I do understand he's in Gaya. If needed to, he could come back. It was a 096 test. The prosecutor says if he would plead to a first, he had one 10 years ago, 2014, he would treat it as a first, and he's willing to enter a guilty plea to the OVI.
Is that correct, Mr. Williamson?
Yes, sir.
You want to tell me before I sentence you?
Nope.
Okay. All right, I'll impose a $500 fine. Order court costs to be paid. 6-month license suspension, which is over, long over by now. 20 days in jail suspended to 5 days community service. I think there needs to be something on additional, so I'm going to make it 10 days of community service.
Okay. That's fine, I understand, yes.
10 days of community service, not 5, that was really what it would have been back in the day, back when you first had it. So I'll make it 60 hours of community service, not 30. His set for review hearing will make it I don't have the dates up here.
5/19/25.
5/19/25 will be the review hearing date. If you get everything finished by then, you don't have to start at 9 a.m. He has to go to 3 days school.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's everything. See Mr. Major before he leaves.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Just wait a few minutes, they'll get to you.
State of Ohio recalls Sarah Isbell at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24-741 and CRB 24-742.
All right, Mr. Morford is representing Ms. Isbell. She was evaluated by Ms. Cement from OEP, and I think we've got a place in Kentucky for her to go.
Yes, Your Honor, we weren't able to take her due to her medical insurance, but Mr. Tarvin and I were able to find her placement with Regroup Residential in Rush, Kentucky. They've accepted her and they're willing to get her today. They've sent the acceptance letter over to Mr. Major.
Okay, they're going to support her?
They said they would, yeah.
Okay, what do you think about that, Ms. Isbell?
What facility is it?
It's called Regroup Residential in Rush, Kentucky.
Okay. Is that cigarettes there?
I can't say for sure, but there's not very many rehab facilities that you can't smoke at, so.
Okay.
Excuse me.
What's the name of the facility again?
Regroup Residential.
Regroup Residential. So let me explain, because there's a lot going on here that you, maybe Mr. Morford's gone over with you, but there's a lot for you to consider. You have a felony charge. There's 2 types of charges, misdemeanors and felonies. You've got one misdemeanor, one felony. Felony means you can go to prison. If you're convicted of a felony, you can be sentenced to prison on a felony offense. But what the state's going to do, because usually in our system, this court only handles the arraignments and preliminary hearings on felonies. If you're bound over to the grand jury, then your case goes on to the common police court, which is in Ironton at the main courthouse. So what the state's agreeing to do is not take your case to the grand jury. You're not going to get indicted. and I assume this is correct, interrupt me if I'm saying something wrong. You're not gonna get indicted, you're gonna go to treatment, and your case is just gonna pin here in this court without going to the grand jury, without you getting indicted. Then if you're successful in treatment, they're just gonna dismiss the charge. You'll never get an indictment, you'll never have a risk of going to prison. But you gotta do the treatment, you gotta get clean. That's the whole goal, is to get you clean. And then you'll still have to deal with the misdemeanor, but you won't have the felony case anymore. But for that to work, you gotta do what you're told to do in treatment. You gotta, you'll come back periodically, or at least appear like you are today by teleconference. And they're gonna tell me if you're being compliant or non-compliant, you're getting clean, how you're working. And if you leave or don't do well or whatever, what will happen is your case will leave this court and go on to the grand jury for an indictment. Then you'd be in front of one or two common pleas judges who can send you to prison if they want to. I can't send you to prison even if I wanted to. I can't, they won't. And the truth is, the state does not want you in prison. They want you to get clean too. They just don't want more people with drug problems in prison. They want you to get clean. And they encourage us to do this, is to divert you out of the system for treatment. But, certain people just are not going to do it. They're going to kick against it, they're going to leave, they're not going to be cooperative, and if that happens, the ultimate is you can go to prison over it. So you don't want that to happen, right?
No, sir.
No, I don't want it to happen either. So just go to this treatment facility, do what you're supposed to, get clean. It's not going to be like a 30-day program. It's going to take a while. Okay? So I'll see you back. Let's make it 3 weeks. So that's going to be December the 9th. And you, since you're going to be away from here, I don't even know where Rush, Kentucky is.
It's in Greene County.
Oh, it's not that far.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Okay. But it's far enough that you can appear by teleconference.
And Your Honor, we would encourage Ms. Isbell and her attorney to have a conversation about the theft charge, because we will pursue it, and we want that resolved as quickly as possible.
And that's a Walmart, is that a Walmart theft, I believe?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to let you sign a signature bond to go, so you can go to the treatment facility, and I'm releasing you only to regroup residential. And then if you leave there, even though you're going to be in Kentucky, you can't just think, well, I'm going to leave there, I'm going to come get me. Your warrant, because it is a felony, is going to be good anywhere in the United States. So there's no place to hide. Well, you can hide, but eventually you're going to wind up coming back. So best thing to do is get clean. Take advantage of this.
I'm not there, Ryan.
Judge, do you want her cell phone number?
As long as you have it, that's fine.
I've got it.
Any questions, ma'am? Okay, I'll see you December the 9th. Good luck.
All right, Judge, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your
Thank you, Your
Honor.
Honor.
Item Ohio recalls Russell A. Severance at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRV 24543.
This is Mr. Morford's case, or consider whether he can go back to treatment.
Can, but it's going to be Wednesday before we can get him.
Judge TCC, it will take him Wednesday. And when I spoke with Mr. Severance last week, he indicated that's what he wanted to do.
All right, Mr. Severance, I'm going to order you released to the counseling center. They're not going to have a bed available, though, until Wednesday, which is the 20th. All right. So they'll pick you, you pick him up that day.
Yeah, I'll pick him up myself.
Will this be in Portsmouth? It'll be in Portsmouth.
That's correct.
All right. And then we'll see you back, let's use that December 9th date again.
How much longer do I have to do it there? There's no full 90 days again?
I would say. I'll let them make that decision. We'll talk about it on December the 9th. You got to do what's needed to get you clean. It probably didn't happen in 90 days or 30 days, so I don't know what it's gonna take.
Okay.
Whatever's needed.
That's it.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, that finishes up at the jail.
State of Ohio versus Sierra Massey, case number CRB 24-467.
All right, this is, I think this is resolved, this is
Yeah, this, Your Honor, we have a cross complainant, Mr. Goodson, Donzie Goodson.
State of Ohio versus Donzie Goodson, case number CRB 24-468.
These were both set, set for trial today, but it's my understanding one of the objects of problem was moved.
Correct.
Everybody's in agreement it can be dismissed?
We are, Your Honor.
We're agreeing, Your Honor.
Okay, and then if there's any additional, there may still be some additional dispute about where the actual line is.
Yes.
What I can suggest something is maybe you all agree to get a survey together, split the cost and find out where the line is, or you can go litigate it. Property line disputes are terrible. People get really upset over it. So anyway, the cases here are dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge, we'll recall the TPOs, or
I'm sorry.
are you recalling the TPOs?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Any protection orders are dismissed also.
State of Ohio versus James DeMint, case number CRB 24-635, CRB 24-290, CRB 23-1859, A and B.
This is set for trial.
James DeMint.
Now, I thought he was at the county.
He is, I don't, let's see left.
So we need
So
Brian.
we have one set for preliminary, one case, and the other one's set for trial today. He's MIA at this point. He showed up for his first, James showed up for his first appointment after the last court date we had. He tested positive for cocaine and has since not showed up for any of his appointments. We've attempted several times to reach out to him, but the number that he gave us is not in service.
Okay.
Sounds like it. He's not here, so yeah. There's not a whole lot. Yeah. I know. So, we've tried, and I talked to Major about it. Major's trying to reach out to him. See how it's not that
Well, how's the state want to proceed? I think I can still go ahead and do a hearing and issue a judgment for Mr. Harless on the amount. That's probably not going to get him paid, but at least I'll have a judgment for it.
Well, we definitely do that since he's here.
You're right. I wish I knew where my client was, but evidently he's not available to be contacted.
I'll try him in absentia.
Yes.
He knew the hearing date. He knew to be here. He's not here.
I don't know.
I don't want to hold up Mr. Harless anymore.
No, I understand that, Your Honor. I don't know, is there I can't remember if he had a bond posted or if he was OR.
OR on them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all, he's got another case too.
Right.
He's going to get a warrant in addition to.
Well, I figured that would happen.
So, let's have Mr. Harless come up to the witness stand, swear him in, just put on a little bit of testimony about the amount of the check. You can raise your right hand, sir. You solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. You may be seated. Mr. Healy.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're Jeremy Harmless, and where do you live?
I live 400 Bloomfield Street, Lot 18, Wayne, West Virginia.
Now, back on September 26th of this year, you contacted the Lawrence County Sheriff about James DeMint.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, James DeMint's not here today, but what did you complain to them about?
He had broke me a check that I cashed at my bank, and my bank got a hold of me and told me it was a bad check. So I've been trying to get a hold of Mr. DeMint to pay the check like 3 or 4 times, and he keeps saying he's going to pay it, but he never has. So I went to the sheriff's office and talked to the officer, and he done it.
Why did he write you a check?
That's a payroll check.
You do work for him?
Yeah.
What kind of work?
Construction work, driver.
Okay, so he's a contractor of some sort?
Yeah.
And you do drywall work? I need a pen.
Yeah, I do plastic work for him.
And how much was he supposed to pay you?
$728 is what he paid me on check. 28 cents.
I'm going to show you what I had marked as State's Exhibit 1. If I ask you to tell me what that is.
That's the check. That's the print off of the check that I broke.
Okay, so you deposited that in your bank account?
Yeah.
What bank?
Desco Bank in 115th Street, 6th Avenue, Memphis, West Virginia.
The address on that check is what? For his address?
That's
Is that a Proctorville address?
Jackson County Road 70, Proctorville, Ohio, 45669.
All right, so he runs his business out of Lawrence County?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Proctorville on this.
Yeah.
And that's an accurate copy of the check that he wrote you. You deposited that check? And then what happened after you deposited the check?
It, I guess it bounced, came back or whatever, and they want me to pay the check.
All right, so I've got here what I marked as State's Exhibit 2, and you made a copy of this for me, I believe. What is this?
This is the return check, the default, whatever it was.
Okay, so that's a picture of the computer.
Yeah, that's what they give me the bank.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he still owes you that money, is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Did you have any charges, have you resolved it with the bank? Do you owe them more money because of this, because of the check?
I owe them that money plus whatever the charge was, they charged me for the bad check.
Do you know what that charge is going to be?
They wrote it all on that paper, whatever it was.
Let's see if you can read it again.
I think it was like $35 or something like that, I don't know.
So,
I don't know what it was.
so you're going to have an additional $35?
Yeah, something like that.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask that the exhibits.
Yeah, I'd like to see
them
before I-
here. It's a picture of the computer screen, computer print off. From back. Desco.
All right. I am going to object that this is a picture of a statement from the bank. There's no foundation laid from the bank. There's something here. It's a hearsay statement that he's presenting.
I'll present these, Your Honor. We're going to ask them to be admitted.
I'm going to overrule and be admitted. It's actually 7/28/28, looks like. Is the amount of check. Yeah.
And, Mr. Harless, I'm going to mark this as fixed. Will you bring this today also?
Yeah.
And what is that?
This is the printout she gave me, to show you all can get a hold of her, or the guys or something.
Okay, so that's from Desco?
Yeah.
That card as,
Yeah, she wrote that and marked that out and put his name there, so you can get a hold of him.
okay. See if this is more official. It's basically the same thing as Exhibit 2, right? It's just a more authentic copy.
With the business card.
In the business card. Approach, Your Honor.
Yes.
Allows it to be admitted, just to verify. And that's all we have, Your Honor.
Any questions, Mr. Smith?
Mr. Harless, when did this work that you performed, when was this done?
This past year, like in June, I think, June.
This past summer?
Yeah.
4 months ago?
No, summer before.
When was the check written?
I think it was broke last year, I think.
So he wrote the check and then you did work this summer?
I've been working for, Union, for, Cornerstone.
Okay. Well, you testified that you did the work this summer, however, the check was written a year before.
Yeah, I understand that.
So you're saying he bounced a check, but he kept on doing work for him?
No, I didn't find out about the check until I went to the bank. When I went to the bank, they told me that the check had been bounced. And that's when I asked him to pay it. I got texts from him and everything, to pay the check, and he never paid it.
When did you
So
find out?
what I'm saying is, I worked for him, he went off and started smoking crack and doing whatever he was doing. His son was running the company. Okay, he was paying me checks and payroll, and I was cashing my bank. Well, he went and, I guess, didn't have any money in the bank when my check was cashed. That's why the bank went back to, the check went back to the bank or whatever. But his son was making payroll checks, you know what I'm saying, and he was signing. That's how this all became. But he said he had insurance on his check, so he shouldn't have done that, but I don't know what happened.
I understand all that, but when did you find out that the check had bounced?
Like in June,
This past June?
this past June. Yeah. And I figured.
But he
that-
paid you a year, it took a year for you to find out that it
Well,
bounced?
obviously, they already knew about it. They never told me about it. I had to find out from the bank. So they had to have done something about it and just didn't tell me, you know what I mean?
The bank?
No, Jimmy.
Can I, Your Honor, may I have whoever that is removed? Because I
Yeah,
can't
man,
hear.
you can't say things, you can't tell.
Your time frame is just, it's throwing me off a little bit here,
I
so.
understand what you're saying. See, I didn't find out about it until this year, okay? Which they should have told me about it. You'd think that it would have done come back to them and let me know, you know what I'm saying, to pay the check or whatever. They should have known that.
Who's
Alec,
that?
Alec and Jimmy should have known that the check came back to their bank. They never told me about that. I had to find out from my bank to know that the check bounced.
Okay, I understand that, but when you went to cash the check, that means you're trying to get cash back.
Yeah, my bank cashed my check for me because it was my bank.
Okay.
Okay, whenever they sent the check to his bank, if he had no money in the bank, it bounced. So it come back on me. You know how it works.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure. So you didn't actually receive physical cash, you just meant you deposited the check into your account?
Yeah, and my bank, I cashed my check at my bank. It was his payroll check.
Okay.
Okay, I cashed it at my bank, they didn't cash it for me because it's my bank. All right, I guess when they sent the check to his bank to cover it, he had no cash in the bank, so it bounced. You know how it works, okay? So that's how I happened, I guess.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. If you actually received physical cash, then you weren't out any money, but you're saying that you just deposited the check and it went back, they returned it to his bank, saying the money's not there, and so you didn't have the deposit. Is that what you're saying? But you keep on saying cash, I'm just trying to get the terminology right.
I'll cash my check at my bank.
Okay, so let's stop right there. You said you cashed the check. That means you received cash from your bank.
Yeah.
They handed you cash. They paid you
Yeah.
$720. So you had that cash. Did you have to return the cash?
Not yet, but I have to.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
What do you mean? I have to pay the check. They want their money. The bank wants their money.
Your Honor, I moved to strike that last statement. If there's any more questions, I've rested them.
Mr. Hill, do you have any further?
Well, I'm interested in, I mean, your bank
Yeah.
knew that his check bounced a long time ago.
Yeah, well, why didn't his bank?
Well, I'm not trying to say that you've done anything wrong, but wonder why they didn't tell you early on, hey, your check
Right,
bounced.
I had to have been on Jimmy and Alex part. They should have known that. When that was cash, whatever happened with their bank and that check or whatever, they should have known that. And they should have told me, but they never did.
Okay, so Jimmy is James DeMint?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you're out this money
Yeah.
because he never paid you, is that right?
I had to find out from my bank that the check had bounced, because he never told me.
Okay, that's all I have, Your Honor.
Anything further?
No, Your Honor, I do have a closing. I mean,
You can sit down, Mr. Harlow.
I have no witnesses to call, obviously, from.
Okay.
But in closing, it sounds like his testimony is that he did receive the money, so he's not out a single penny. It's something between the bank and Mr. DeMint, so if he's paid the money, it's not a bad check. That's something between the banks. If they honored the check and paid him, I don't know how this is a.
Well, I don't think that's the way it works.
I know, but I'm saying he's not out, there's no restitution for him to pay.
Well, I disagree. I mean, they can take money out of his account as soon as he deposits anything, other money, they can debit it for this bad check. So I'm going to award him the amount of the $728.28 plus $35 for back charges, and I'm going to issue a warrant for Mr. DeMint for not being here on his other cases and this case today. So. Good luck on collecting the judgment. I'll give you a judgment for the amount. You got to find an asset to get it from, and you probably would need a lawyer to help you do that. So it's not easy to collect on judgments. But at least you got a judgment that says he owes you the money.
I don't even know how to go about that, that's fine.
Okay. Good to see you in this circumstance. You haven't been here for a long time.
Yeah, that's why. I've been trying to stay away from good.
That's fine. Good. I'm glad you're doing better.
Yeah.
Court, we have anything else? Court's adjourned.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Do we have a new date?
I need to do a judgment against James Mann.
Price.
Prices.
You did well. It was confusing. I get what you're trying to say.
You have a folder for Gary
You know,
Mosey?
if Marshall
Yes.
keeps
Yeah, come back to that.
soccer games, WVU 0.
They have it,
Well, that's,
Garrett Hosey, yours?
that's.
Yes.
He's right
he's
there.
right there, he didn't show up.
Oh, yeah, he just now, is gonna-
Hell, sir, don't let you talk to him.
Price, and who was the other one? That I did.
Josh, I texted you.
I was getting ready to holler at you.
You're fine. Brady Hines is working on storage units right now.
Okay. I will get with you on that. Anything you got on Jeremy.
It's gonna help you if you,
I'll make
Just
sure.
want to write it down.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know?
well, yeah, you need to go to treatment.
I really don't.
What's your relation to Sarah?
It's there.
I'll message you.
She's worried about you.
I got a text with you, where I seen it, I didn't remember, and then yesterday, Saturday evening, I looked at it again, and it was like 9:30, and then yesterday, I got it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Yes,
Just want to make
absolutely.
sure. So I just
You need to-
write down her hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think those. Do you have anything
Okay.
I don't-
Yeah, after
I
all,
don't think so.
I something really bad going on, patrolling and,
I'll see you Friday. The judge has to run. Philip, he's ready for us.
Okay.
So if you're ready, let's go see if we can.
He ain't leaving until I get his signature on here. You can just leave the name with me, I'll take care of it if you want me to.
That's bad. Yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm all right. You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good, doing real good. I'd rather be fishing in Florida or somewhere.
No kidding.
What's your name?
Just do a regular